You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another of the 713th time. Yeah, hello, Internet. Yeah, all that stuff.
Oh, 714.
714. It's even more. It's even more than
Fuck
I
it.
thought.
I feel like I've been lied to. I'm
Let's
out.
just call every episode from now on 713.
That would solve a lot of problems. You can create a couple of new ones, but that's okay. We can deal with those.
Whatever. They're just numbers. How important could they be?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tyler and Dave, and you're going to play old games. This week, we're going to be talking about just that pristine Kawasaki Challenge collection, as I'm going to call it. The Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge and the Kawasaki SuperBike Challenge. Two just delicious gems.
Two separate games.
Two separate games.
But
Since they both say Kawasaki.
They both say Kawasaki.
And
so-
challenge.
And challenge. So we're going to do them both.
Makes sense.
Because fuck you, randomizer.
But before we get to just all that reason that you're here,
All that junk.
all that junk,
All that
inside
junk.
All that-
inside that trunk.
Stuff and junk.
What you guys been up to this week?
Well,
Besides listening to a lot of Black Eyed Peas, not much, I guess.
girl, same.
Just kind of been my jam.
Watching a little TV, like I do when I'm not at work. Finished Picard season 3 for all you fans out there that are
Yeah. I saw
have
you
not
and
watched
Jeff
it yet.
talking about that in
Yeah,
Discord.
we had a little chat about that in Discord today. Not everybody's 100% in. There's a couple of things about it that I justifiably can irritate us long-term fans if you think about it that way. But all in all, excellent recommendation for any of you next-gen fans out there, especially. Next-gen and DS9 fans, you're going to want to see Picard Season 3.
So John Turley he pitched a current Star Trek show to me, and he did a really good job pitching it because I want to watch it. But I can't remember the name of it, so maybe you can help me. He said it takes place before the original series, and it's with Commander Pike.
This is Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. That does ring a bell. That's what he was talking
It
about.
is another excellent Star Trek series.
I'm going to watch it. He pitched it so well.
It's only
that
got one
I'm gonna
season
watch
right
it.
now. It's an easy watch.
Get in at the ground floor.
I would. Some of the stuff that leads into this Strange New World series happens in Star Trek Discovery, but you don't necessarily have to have seen Discovery to watch Strange New World.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're good
I'm
there.
going to pretend like I didn't hear that.
I think the best.
Well,
people have
I
always
know.
said the best time to get in on stuff is either ground floor or around the 714th episode.
Agreed.
I've heard that.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what everybody's saying.
It's too bad we're only on episode 713.
713. So next, we'll
And
hit our stride.
keep listening.
Next
episode.
week, though.
Just keep listening.
Wait.
It'll get better. One
w-
day it'll be a good show.
Wait, though. Next week, it'll also be episode 713.
Yeah, I know. That's just going to have to. They'll know. How about this? We get done with an episode and we're like, all right, that was the 714th episode. If we feel really good about
feel
it.
real good about
Until
it.
then, it's 713.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right.
We can go find some sort of like Oracle somewhere to pay and say, when's our last show? And then we'll just always do the one right before that.
Up to right before it. Yeah.
What's a good Oracle go for these days?
Shit. I don't know. I don't even know.
Do you pay the Oracle by the hour or by the prediction?
Economy's not real good right now. I
No,
think we
it's
should
not.
wait until things kind of hopefully settle down. and
Price
then
of
we-
Oracle's going through the fucking roof.
No shit. Shut up and read the future, motherfucker.
I also am almost finished with Mandalorian season 3. Some people have given some kind of feedback about it. I personally happen to like it a lot.
I've been hearing that from
It's
some people.
Yeah, it's a bit of a departure from what we've had up to this point. but not too bad. And I like it. I think it's good that it's kind of getting out of its own way, and maybe it's having a little more fun, but it really does focus a lot more on the Mandalorian culture and kind of how they work, because we never had that before.
Right,
and I
sure.
think they're finally getting to the point of dealing with what is Mandalorian culture, what happened to them and their history and all that kind of, and they've touched on it in previous seasons, but I think this is really going to be, I think the focus of it on here is going to be them.
Well, that's good. You don't want Grogu to Urkel it and it just be
Man, that's a great
the
sentence.
Grogu show.
I do love that. That's
Well, I woke up this morning and said, the first thing out of my mouth, God, I hope Grogu doesn't Urkel it today.
Fucking
if he
Urkel it.
Groots it, that's fine.
If he Groots
but don't
it,
Urkel
a
it.
little Groot from time to time is acceptable, but definitely don't Urkel it. If you can
God, please don't
avoid that.
Urkel it. Well, he's already in space, so fuck. He's started where Urkel ended.
He didn't-
That's an
he should make an
Urkel-ended question.
appearance.
An Urkel ended question.
It's again,
Urkelnomics.
Grogu is still really cute. And
Yeah.
they somehow it's still charming and adorable. I figured I'd have been over it by now, but I'm definitely not.
Oh,
So,
that's good to hear.
Yeah, he's the way they're doing Grogu is actually really still one of the best parts of the show, especially for parents. Watching this little guy act like a baby and growing and changing and stuff, it's just kind of fun. And
Well, because today is
like
May
it.
4th while we're recording this.
yes,
Yeah.
So to celebrate, RCAJ wore a Grogu that attaches to her shoulder to school today.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I've got a little Star Wars talk coming, but I've got a few more things I wanted to touch on first.
Okay. Touch away.
This
you can lick
weekend-
and touch them all you want.
This week's entry into the horror hole, the right into the horror hole.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the horror hole, and then we're going to come out, then go right back in.
Man.
Edge of
come
the
out.
war hole.
We're
Can we
gonna
leave
edge.
it? Can we leave it in a little bit? Do we have to take it all the way out? Of
You
the
can leave it in
hole?
for a little while if you want. You can soak. You can soak just a little.
All right.
As long as you don't thrust too much.
Okay. And Freddy Krueger shake the bed.
Yeah. Exactly. Amityville: An Origin Story is a documentary on MGM Plus. Used to be Epix.
It says a documentary.
It's a documentary
Is it-
about the shit that happened at the, not to the Lutzes who moved into the house, but the DeFeos, the ones where Ronnie DeFeo killed his entire family, and then it became this big blowed up story about the house being possessed and Ronnie DeFeo being possessed by a demon, and that's why he killed his family, and yada yada yada.
Dumb question. Super dumb question. I've seen the Amityville Horror.
Okay, that is not a question, but go ahead.
I'm not done.
Oh,
it's a
I'm
lead
sorry.
up. I'm sorry. I should have said. I have a sentence,
A statement
and then a question
followed by a
Fuck,
question.
boys. I don't think this is 714. I don't think this is the one. I got a bad feeling about this one.
Well, it's all right. It'll still be good. It just won't be 714 good.
Okay, the sentence again. I have seen the Amityville Horror.
Right.
The question, which I realized that was a sentence before. So 2 sentences and a question. That was based on a real story? Is this what you're telling me?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well,
the
let me clarify
Okay.
something.
I mean-
And listen, there is a this shit happened in the 70s. So I mean, obviously this story's been around forever. There's a whole lot of fucking, it's a great story, but there's a whole lot of controversy around it to this day. Because the Lutzes are all dead, not from being in the Amityville. The Lutzes all made it out of the Amityville house.
okay.
After they bought the house, real super on the cheap. And it's in Amityville, Long Island, New York.
Oh, that's in New York. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
They
I
bought
I should know that. I watched the movie.
Well, they don't really focus on it being in New York, but it is based on truth. So they buy this house on the cheap, and it's because 6 people were murdered there, and they're
Not my fault. The house did it.
right. So anyway, a bunch of really creepy, crazy shit supposedly happens to them, and the article about the murders originally appeared in an edition of Good Housekeeping, of all things.
Okay.
Hard-hitting journalism. of
And
Good
this
House.
dude, whose name eludes me right now, picked up on the story and
John
decided to
John Housekeeping.
John
Yeah.
John G. Housekeeping. That's
yeah.
right.
It's his magazine.
he picked up on the story that was published in Good Housekeeping and ran with it and decided to sit with the Lutzes and talk about their experience and write a book about it. And this movie is based on that book.
Okay.
It's very important that I stress that the Amityville Horror, the original first movie, is based on the book.
It's real footage captured in the house that was real. It's essentially security footage.
Sure. The original Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Which was also all real footage.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know why you're saying it like that. Of course it is.
No, I'm saying it because it's true.
Right.
I'm saying it like it's the truth because it's the
it
truth.
is.
Anyway, there's a documentary right now that on MGM Plus called Amityville: An Origin Story that focuses more on those events, the events before the events of the Amityville Horror movie, the things that were supposedly driving the forces of evil in that movie. What happened in the house before that, the DeFeos. And this is really actual documentary footage, interviews with Ronnie DeFeo and the cops that investigated and the people that knew them, because it was kind of a tight-knit community and stuff like that. Super interesting things. We're watching it week to week, so it's still probably got 5 or 6 more to go. But if that sort of thing interests you, check it out.
Cool.
The next entry, we're going back into the horror hole.
Okay. Feels good. I like it here.
New movie out called The Pope's Exorcist. I don't know if you've heard of this.
I haven't.
Russell Crowe is in this movie. He plays an Italian priest who is the personal exorcist of the Pope. Pope John, I would imagine it would be Pope John Paul, because this story takes place in 1987. It's a great movie. It's an exorcist movie, not The Exorcist, but it's an exorcism movie that pretty much ticks all the boxes that you would expect it to tick. So if you're into that kind of thing, Russell Crowe gives a fantastic, surprisingly heartfelt comedic performance. It's not a comedy, but this movie is also based on the writings of the priest that supposedly did all this stuff. So it's, I guess, somewhat based on truth as well. Obviously, I think there's probably some embellishment there. I still take issue with some of that kind of thing, but
Devil made me do it.
But still a really good movie. Lots of good creep out, scary moments. A good watch for anyone interested in that.
Cool.
And for Anime
Anime.
Yes, you anime.
This week, apropos of nothing, I decided I have not watched any new anime this week, but I did decide for some crazy cosmic reason to watch Akira.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Have you not seen it?
Yes.
Oh,
no,
okay. I was
have.
about to say.
I've seen it a couple of
That's
times.
that's a huge one.
It's been years since I've seen it. Decided to watch Akira, also known as Akira in the West, also known as Tetsuo Ain't Having It, also known as Tetsuo versus Goku, who would win. I think Tetsuo proved me wrong.
I don't know, man.
But I watched Akira this week.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie. If you haven't seen Akira, or as I like to call it, Tetsuo Ain't Having It, watch.
That's the sequel.
Tetsuo no.
Tetsuo. Oh God, no. Give it a watch especially if you're an anime fan and if you have not seen Akira, you need to see it. It's just a good movie, and it's not about motorcycles. Although the motorcycle,
a lot of motorcycles in it.
There's a lot of motorcycles in it. It's not a motorcycle movie.
I'm gonna change my notes.
In fact, the red motorcycle that you're so familiar with in this movie is really only in it for about maybe 10 minutes tops total.
Yeah,
for the whole thing. But it's a 1988. This thing was done in 1988, and it really still holds up to this day. It's still an excellent, exciting, fun to watch movie, and
It's not confusing.
it takes
at
place.
all.
It's not confusing at all.
Not in
It
the
makes
slightest.
perfect sense 100% of the way
Trust us.
through it. It's no confusing, and it takes place in Neo Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
in the year 2019. So, according to Akira,
Mm-hmm.
those events have already happened by
Yeah.
now, by 4 years ago, as of
Yeah.
now.
Something
So,
happened to divert the timeline, though. I think is really what
I
happened.
think that's probably the case, but we can't tell you what that is because we're afraid we might spoil something. So anyway, I think maybe my friends here at the table might have an idea of why I chose to watch Akira this week.
Yeah, it makes sense because pills, education.
Pills,
Yeah.
education, psychic
I'm
power.
just naming things on his
on
jacket.
Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canon,
Uh-huh.
the camera company, Canon.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh,
I thought you could say
I did.
Canada.
One of the things I did think was cool about that movie is that there are name brands
Mm-hmm.
in it, like when they're drinking Coca-Cola, and it's just you don't see that often
It does-
anymore. But,
Like a good old Dragon Ball Z tap.
right,
I mean,
exactly.
It does rob me of that's a joy of mine is seeing like the
funny
brand
brands that they
parodies.
come up
Yeah.
with. Yeah, I do love that.
There's
I do
one
love
I
that.
can't remember what anime it's from. It might be Kite, where it's clearly McDonald's, and they've just altered the logo to say "Make Fat."
Oh, that's great. But it's because we did a game about motorcycles.
Yeah,
So anyway, that's really all I had to say about what I was watching this week. Anybody wants to talk to me about the stuff I recommend we watch, I'm on the Discord, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. You can bring that stuff up. I love talking about shit that I like. I love hearing about the things that you like, and that's really the only way we have to find out what that is. So come talk to us there. I mentioned I wanted to talk a little about Star Wars, and Dave, we started this little discussion outside and decided to table it in favor of doing it on the show.
yeah, because I don't have, a whole lot to say about the Kawasaki motorcycle
Neither
video games.
do I. You guys know about. So there's two things.
I was there.
I got some complaints.
seen it.
You can watch
Yeah,
me
we can
struggle to come up
complain.
with 3 good things.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of mine are really backhanded good things.
Yeah, sure. No, girl, same.
Well, there's two things, really components to this. They're rare and not a lot of people know about it. One is something called Star Wars. I don't know if you've heard of this.
that little startup.
Little
film.
startup
Yeah.
thing. It's kind of insignificant, except when they combine it with this other little thing called Fortnite.
Fortnite, 2 weeks. 2 weeks of Star Wars.
Get 2 weeks of Star Wars action in Fortnite. Guys, there's lightsabers and the Force powers. You can use them both.
I got
And
excited when I saw. I messaged you immediately.
Dave
Henry was
messaged
like,
me, and I
Yeah.
literally dropped what I was doing and went and turned on my Xbox and started up Fortnite.
I was
because
surprised.
It was cool. It was. It's obviously for May the 4th, and we've got all manner of Star Wars shit out right now, and
Anime the 4th.
Anime the 4th. That's right. And then also there's new Marvel movies coming, and I think they tend to put a lot of focus, get a lot of Star Wars out there around the time big Marvel movies are about. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 starts as of this recording Friday, so I think they're just trying to drum up Disney stuff. So they played a little Fortnite as well with.
Dude, that Fortnite, the Star Wars shit in Fortnite fucking rules. Henry and he asked me, we had a late night last night because he had a soccer game on a Wednesday, which is they've just been doing
That's weird.
Saturdays. Yeah. So it was like, and it started at 5 too.
That's awful.
So yeah, so I had to
Let's talk about everyone's
bad
dinner
plan.
and nighttime routine,
Well,
and
right.
homework.
Well, here's
and
here's
everything.
yeah, exactly.
Was there a game missed and they were doing a makeup, or was this on the schedule already?
Not only was it not a makeup game, and not only was it
Not on the schedule.
Not on the schedule. We found about this Tuesday.
Oh God.
Tuesday morning we got a text. It's like, hey, there's a game tomorrow. He normally has practice on Wednesday, so it's not like a huge deal. So like in place of the practice, they were having a game, so that's not a big deal. Except that I don't normally go to the practices.
Because I was about to say, somebody was like, "Hey, don't forget my cousin's getting baptized at church tomorrow." Oh, I can't go to church. I got a soccer game. Everybody, tomorrow we got a soccer game.
Yeah, it's really important everybody's there. So, I mean, yeah, whatever. Hopefully they just keep doing them on Saturdays because, like, Saturday morning games, that's nice.
That's
I
easy.
Like that. That's easy.
And you could plan for it. And,
Yeah.
and it's not like it takes your whole Saturday.
Yeah.
You're done by 10 o'clock. You're out the door.
Yeah, but this was like a case of yesterday coming home, and it's like because my mom likes to come to the games too, so
Right.
I invited her out, and then we went to Flamingo Row and ate, and then visited, and then by the time we get home, like Henry's like, "Can we please play Fortnite?" to get like, he's like, "It's 8:30. Can we please play Fortnite?" And it's like, get ready for bed as fast as you possibly can, and yeah, we'll play a little Fortnite. And so I hopped on, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's Star Wars stuff in here."
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Hello?
Hang on.
Hi.
Sorry. Sorry.
Darth Vader's calling.
Sorry, everybody. We're running everything through my computer right now, and I forgot to turn off the I can take calls on this computer feature. So anyway, sorry. Continue.
No worries. We hopped into Fortnite, and when I saw the Star Wars stuff in there, I was like, I gotta message Ian about this immediately. So you found out about it mere seconds after I did, because I was like, and I started it with like, dude, you probably know this. Because
No, I did not know this. I figured I would. I figured Gage and Cohen would have played and figured it out by then, but they didn't know either. So I got to scoop them on,
Nice.
which is always nice. But yeah,
They should always have lightsabers in Fortnite. They should always have lightsabers.
They need to replace
Always have
one
lightsabers
weapon.
in
I don't
Fortnite.
care what it is. Well, I
Permanently.
think honestly,
I
they
want the
need to-
Kamehameha back and keep lightsabers, and then we're good.
Well, see, I'm with you, except I want Deku Smash and lightsabers.
Man, Deku Smash, I'm not a big fan of it. And it's not it does have something to do with the property, I'm not gonna lie. But also, like, I could never hit with that
Oh,
motherfucker.
I got to the point where I could hit with it.
the Kamehameha was great because
You
it was like
just
this
like
beam, and it's
beam.
like if you miss, it's like that's cool. I'll just adjust that. I'll just move my hand over to the left a little bit. Got him.
So, one of the cool things about this promotion is, first of all, there's this like mini battle pass that's like 1,000 V-Bucks if you happen to have some V-Bucks. It's a pretty good pick because you get all kinds of neat Star Wars related stuff, and if you get the premium one, you can get Darth Maul as a skin. But one of the other things they did was they have these rifts all throughout the map where different Force users reside, and if you come across them and you talk to them, they teach you Force powers that you can use in the game. And so I found
And they give you a lightsaber.
and they give you a lightsaber, and then there's these rebel encampments all over the map that you can find stuff. And I found this blaster, this rifle, that's a legendary rifle that has unlimited ammunition and is super accurate and has auto fire. So I went on a fucking killing spree with this blaster. No one was safe from my wrath. And then as I was tearing it up and following the storm in and doing my thing, frequently this is my MO. When I encounter two people in a fight, I kill them both. I wait for them to whittle each other
Oh,
down,
yeah.
and then I
Oh,
fucking
absolutely.
murder them both.
That's like lesson number one.
Yeah.
I'm always with Henry, and it's like, no.
Wait.
Someone's going to come out of this battle, and someone's not, and the person who does is going to be hurt.
Usually I will take the kill away from whoever's winning that fight.
I got you.
And then kill the one who was winning the fight, and then get all their
that
shit
brave.
and move on with my life. But what we did then, so I've gone through and I'm just blasting. So I start blasting. And,
Anyway, I started blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Nice.
So I'm like,
I want that Danny DeVito skin in Fortnite.
God, that would be.
That'd be I'd
I
purchase that
would
immediately.
pay.
And then I'd pay extra to be like, make sure no one else in the game gets this.
So it's like fighting Odd Job.
One-
Just no one can
so
hit you because
unique-
I'm
Look at me.
small.
Look at me. I am Danny DeVito now.
So I'm doing this. I'm killing. I'm following the storm in. I get to the center of the map and, or the center of the storm, the final, before the final 3 or 4. And I happen upon Darth Maul, who teaches me I think it was probably force push or something. I don't know. But you go through this portal and then he spits you back out. And then now you've learned this force power and you get a lightsaber. So now what I'm doing is I blast people and then just charge them with my lightsaber and cut them down. And I'm up to like 15 kills at this point.
I don't know exactly how they dish out the force powers, but did you have force speed as well?
No,
because when I talked to Obi-Wan, I got force speed, and that's
awesome.
Is fun because you anime run up essentially. I mean, it's just like, I want to be on that person like in melee now, and it's like, yeah, it's great. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine because I didn't know that, and I'm assuming that tells me there's different powers for the different rifts. If you could somehow manage to get force speed and Darth Maul's force fucking blow up or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I didn't even see him.
Think about combining powers here. That might be pretty sweet. I don't know if you have to swap one for the other but it was Darth Maul's power was great because I'm killing dudes left and right. I'm up to like 14 or 15 kills in this.
Insane.
That is insane.
That's insane.
Especially for me, that's a high fucking number.
That's even more especially for me. That's a crazy number. That's great.
My last kill, it was like 14 kills. My last kill, this dude was fucking with me and he was hitting me. He hid behind a tree. And then I used the Darth Maul force power to destroy the tree and him. And one button push. And then my lightsaber was still charging up, and then a guy on top of a house one-shotted me with a sniper rifle and killed me.
The heavy sniper.
I placed 4th, but I still had a kill count of like 14 or 15.
Yeah, those limbs are all really matters.
I love it.
I had force push, and I was really, really trolling people with it. Because I would wait by the storm, and people would come running, and I'd just push them back in the storm.
Oh, nice. Nice move.
And then they try to they freak out because they're in the storm and they're running out. And it's like,
push them again.
That's Tokiabi shit.
Yeah. I don't have to do anything. You're just gonna die. But I mean, yeah, it's fun. That lightsaber, man.
It is so fucking overpowered. But I want it to stay in the game forever because I loved it.
We were in a fight.
It's so satisfying to just cut someone down.
Henry's shooting at this dude who's standing outside a cabin. And so the guy's focused on him. He's shooting back. And I'm like, I'm going to go inside this cabin and I'm going to chainsaw massacre style come through the wall with the lightsaber. And it's so powerful that, I mean, it was like, zzz, zzz, and I'm through.
You can go through walls. You can go
this
through.
Guy's like, what the fuck? You can tell because they're like,
Yeah, because
jerking around.
For those that don't know, in Fortnite, you can use your pickaxe tool or whatever to break down walls of buildings, and you can destroy just about anything, but it doesn't happen in like one swing usually.
Right.
Usually you have to hack away at something over and over. So like if you hear the sound that a treasure chest makes, it could be hidden behind 4 walls with no door, and you hack away at one of those walls to get to it.
That's never annoying.
And it's right. And you're going hack, and it'll show you the hit points left on the wall as you beat it down, so you kind of know where you're at. Not so with the lightsaber.
No,
the lightsaber just cuts shit. It destroys.
God.
It's lethal, and I love it. So yeah, that was fun. I only played the one game. I got out of Fortnite last night on a high.
Right, yeah.
I was like, you know what? I am not going to be catching that dragon again tonight. I've got a lot of dopamine and happy things in my system right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go back to. I'll go back to playing Overwatch where I can be guaranteed to be pissed off. Say, well, at least last night, yes. Last night I could at least say, well, at least I had a good night in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We only played 2 matches, and then I was like, okay, you have to go to bed. I wish we could keep playing, but you have to go to bed. It would be irresponsible for us to play any more Fortnite tonight.
So anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I did this week.
I watched some anime too. mainly because you were talking about Kill la Kill last week, which I love. It's one of my favorites. And we
So
were
sexy.
talking about Studio Trigger, and I was like, man, I've never watched all of a show that they produced called Little Witch Academia, and
Oh,
it's
neat.
it's
Okay.
essentially a Harry Potter anime. I mean,
Really?
it's like you can tell, like, I don't know. I think it's based on a manga, but like, I'm willing to bet the manga like came after Harry Potter, and they're like, oh, this is cool. Let's do a spin on that. And Studio Trigger produced it. It's got like 2 seasons.
Okay.
And one of the other reasons that we started watching it was because it's family friendly. It's
Oh, okay, cool.
at least I think that it is. There might be
So far,
might be a
Watch the
surprise.
last 2 episodes to see that it's not.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But so far, so good.
Akira is not family friendly.
No, it's not.
So go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
it's not.
I wanted
Depends
to-
on your family.
It does really depend on your family. Don't watch this with kids, please. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. I'm glad you said family friendly, so it reminded me. This isn't like Don't no. Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, that was one of the big draws. Was like, oh, this is because a lot of the stuff that we want to watch is like stuff we have to wait until he's asleep to watch, and that leaves a really, really slim little sliver of a window to watch stuff. So in that little sliver, we've been watching Hell's Paradise, which is
Oh, you told me you were going to check this
Oh, my
out. Now, is it
God.
everything that was promised?
So it's Studio Mappa, and so what I had heard was this is like Hell's Paradise is the Chainsaw Man killer, and I'm like, I really like Chainsaw Man, so it's one of those where it's like, okay, I mean I don't believe that statement, but I have to check it out.
Right, you need to. It's empirical. You have to
Right?
look it up.
Yeah. And then so we watched the first episode, and got done with the first episode, and I was like, that was okay. That was all right. That was fine. I would watch another one of those. And then the next night we watched 4 of them because like the second episode
Ramps
is
right
so
up,
much
apparently.
better than the first episode.
Really? Okay.
And yeah, really. Like the premise is this show is I think the premise of the show is the best part. It's like maybe Edo era Japan. And there's a shogun who has heard a rumor that there is an elixir of life on an island of paradise because one of his men came back from the island like on a boat covered in flowers. So like this boat comes back covered in flowers, and there's the guy in there, and he's dead, but he's alive. He's got like, it's like some of his body has been replaced with like plant parts and like bark and stuff like that. He's got like flowers growing out of him, and the Shogun, being a wise and practical man, is like, okay, if the elixir life's on that island, so but it's too dangerous. I don't want to send like any of my men, but let's get a group of criminals together and send them out. Battle Royale style. Yeah, right. Send out a task
Suicide
force.
Squad.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Task Force X shirt right now. Just
Yeah, it's that essentially. And so that's all right. So I'm like, okay, that's an interesting kind of setup. And then so then he's like, but we're also going to send a samurai we're going to pair a samurai with each criminal. So now you've got this like, you've got these characters who are like juxtaposed against one another really hard. And like the samurai's order is, if you get a bad feeling about any of these guys, just kill them.
right.
So then I don't want to spoil too much, but this really isn't giving away that much. This is only like, there are only like 5 episodes of this so far. And I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but they go to the island, and then it becomes a thing where it's like, man, this island is fucked up, and it's like this dark fantasy like horror, and it's really cool because it I don't mean this in a bad way. A polar bear hasn't shown up yet, but it does give me Lost vibes, more so than like any anime has. Like Dr. Stone kind of did a little bit, but Hell's Paradise, it really scratched that itch, and I was like, fuck, I hope this is like
that.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, it's like I hope this is like Lost, but it doesn't
suck at
get
the end.
lost on the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool, man, because it's like while they're like uncovering these mysteries about the island, everything's fucking chaotic because it's like you don't know. It's similar to Chainsaw Man. It's one of those things where it's like, and I don't know who's gonna die.
Right.
There could be anyone. Like anyone could die. It has that feeling to it, which is really neat. I think the animation is good. I don't think it's Chainsaw Man good, but it's I'm definitely gonna finish it. And we're all caught up and we're watching that week to week, and that's like it's filling that Chainsaw Man void. It's a good anime. I suggest you check it out if you can. I've been playing there's this game called out that everyone hates called Redfall. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I've been hearing all about it on TikTok.
Henry Zabrowski has been promoting that.
On
doing
last
the
podcast?
commercial for it.
I heard a commercial for it on
podcast.
Conan's podcast too.
And the way that Henry reads the copy he's given, it's clear that he never has ever played a video game.
Right? That's
But
funny.
he does the promo for Redfall, and yes, I've heard a lot of really, really good things about Redfall.
It's
not good
right.
things, bad things.
It's an episode 712.
It's Cyberpunk
Actually, I don't know what
2.
712 was, but
It's Cyberpunk 2, from what I understand. It's
Yeah.
like glitchy and stuff, right?
I guess I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it, and I would go so far to say that I like it. But I've been playing it on Game Pass, so I didn't spend $70 on it.
Right.
And it has some stuff in it that I really like. Like it's kind of. Have you guys ever played a Far Cry game?
I've watched you.
They
play a
did.
Far Cry game,
This is
that's it.
by the same company that did Far Cry.
No, it's by Arcane Studios, and they did Deathloop, and they did the Dishonored series.
Dishonored. That's what it was. That's what it was. Sorry.
I didn't play the first Dishonored. I really wanted to, but I really liked the second Dishonored. So I mean, I like this studio. So I was like, yeah, and then like the concept of it was cool too, because it's like a Far Cry game where it's like it's an open world that has like a bunch of like little missions in it and stuff that you can do, but it also has like a storyline to it. So there are story missions that you can go through, which is fine. That's okay. I kind of got tired of it in Far Cry because it felt really formulaic, and maybe some of my enjoyment of this game is the fact that I haven't played a game like that in a minute. But what I really like about it is the
premise.
the setup, where it's the premise. This small town of Redfall, Massachusetts, is taken over by vampires, and it's the vampire designs I think are really cool. Like they're really like this. They're really Nosferatu looking, where they've got like they're real slender, and they've got these long arms that end with like long fingers, and like they're, when they're standing,
They got salad fingers.
yeah, they got salad fingers, totally. And there's like a day and night cycle, and so like sometimes like I'd be exploring, and then I'll go in a basement, and there's just a vampire trancing essentially, and it's like, fuck, man, all right, let's kill this guy. So, and it's like the art styling is all like very like late 80s Stephen King, like it's got that vibe, especially with
Like
the music
Salem's Lot
too.
type.
Yes, and it's like, so I'm a sucker for that. I think the presentation's really good. I do think that if this weren't an Arcane Studios game, and I think that if it wasn't $70, I think that people would probably be a lot kinder to it.
See, I didn't realize it was on Game Pass. I did not know that, so I may pull it down and give it a shot.
I've been playing it on PC. I've heard a lot of people who are
So maybe
experiencing the
not-
glitches has been
It's
on
been an
Xbox.
Xbox, okay.
The big thing that people got really upset about was Arcane was like, okay, on release, this is going to be locked at 30 frames per second. And then like 90% of the internet caught on fire because like, fuck that shit. So if that's a deal breaker, then
It's not.
Then
Not for
wait,
me.
because they're saying they're going to have a performance patch later where you can like run it at 60 frames per second, but like, I guess lowered fidelity.
Well, I mean, the internet's gotten so to the point where it's so fashionable to rip on this game. Like Reddit, someone took a picture the other day, a screenshot in game of they were standing on top of a house and looking down the chimney, and you could see the roof through the like it
Right.
didn't actually pass through, and it's like, why are you going and looking down the chimneys anyway?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Now you're just nitpicking.
Right, sure.
I mean, okay, yeah, that is something that they should probably have not overlooked or whatever. I get it, but at the same time, maybe you're being a little hard on them. I don't know.
I think a lot of people are bandwagoning. I think is
Yeah, I
what's
think that's a
happening,
lot of it.
and I know that happened to Cyberpunk
gotta
as
be.
well. And I
Yeah,
know that
'cause
happened with
Cyberpunk
No
was a
Man's
good fucking
Sky,
game.
and that's happened with a lot of games. And I'm not saying that I don't think Redfall is like I wouldn't pay $70 for it.
No,
I'm just gonna
right.
throw that out there. But like, I put like $40. I feel like it's worth $40, which I
Sure.
know is like that's a huge discount. But I don't know, man. It's included in Game Pass, and I think it looks good. The complaints against it, I think, are valid. Where it's like the AI is dumb as shit. Like that's a problem. Like
yeah, you don't want it to be too easy.
the AI is pretty dumb. But there's a lot of cool stuff I think to see. I don't know that I'll finish it, but I'm like 4 hours into it so far, and it's like, yeah, this will tide me over for a minute. Yeah, I would say don't buy it. Check it out on Game Pass on PC if you could. I know that like it's really
really ultra specific.
yeah, that's sort of very specific, but yeah. If you can't do that, maybe check out Vagrant Story. I've been playing that too for the first time. And it's a PS1 game that came out, I think, in like 1999. And I got there because I was like wanting to play a dungeon crawler real bad because, as you know, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. And one of the things that I've been doing kind of semi-regularly is like there's a endless dungeon in that game. And you just go floor by floor by floor, and it does end. There's like 200 floors to it, but I've been going through that with like Grim and Zal and T, and that's been like a lot of fun. But whenever we end a session, I'm like, fuck, I want to like do more of this. So I just did a search for like third-person dungeon crawlers, and Vagrant Story showed up, and I was like, I didn't know this was a dungeon crawler. I just assumed it was like a
RPG.
yeah, I thought it was like a tactical RPG or something. Have you played it?
I've heard a ton about it, but I never played it.
Okay. Because I was
Jake was very into it.
I remember you saying that because I remembered the main character's name is Ashley.
Okay.
So I remember.
That lines up.
Yeah, I believe his full name is Ashley Riot.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's a dungeon crawler that's got like this like interesting battle system, and by interesting I mean very difficult to understand. Like difficult to understand enough where I was like, I'm gonna look on YouTube to see how to do this battle system. And then once I looked it up and had someone explain it to me for 10 minutes, I was like, okay, I can do this. So yeah, I've been playing that on the Steam Deck. That's been fun.
cool.
Yeah. That's too many fucking games, man.
It's a lot of games.
It's a problem. Too many fucking games. Not enough time.
Always.
Man,
Yeah.
not enough time.
Jedi Survivor came out this week,
Yes.
which I've heard nonstop, endless people talk about this. And these are people in my life.
Yeah. I've heard it's really good.
I've heard it's excellent.
I've heard there are
game.
technical issues, but people are really hopeful that, that stuff's going to be patched out, and
Yeah.
then you're going to have like a really
Yeah.
stellar game.
See, I played Outcast,
Yeah, I missed that
and
one
it was
too.
really good. I think it's on Game Pass.
I think you're right. Too many games.
But I'm not playing. I'm not going to buy Jedi Survivor. I'm going to wait because
Yeah,
it will
it'll come
eventually
out,
come
yeah.
to Game Pass, and I'm not spending I got Zelda coming next week. That's where my $70 is going. So I'm not gonna do it, but I have heard good things about it.
That leaked, I heard.
Ad nauseam.
I have also heard that.
Tyler, what's up, man?
Well, I did something literal years in the making just the other day.
Yeah?
I sent Chris Vaughn his Secret Santa package.
Holy shit.
And
what happened? How did that happen?
Well, he was selling an upscaler. So I was like, hey, I'll buy your upscaler. Why don't I go ahead and send you, buy this, send you that money, and I'll send you that package.
Just so you don't shake it up real hard before you send it to me.
So I made it up to him because I went through and I pulled stuff out of my collection. I went on eBay and priced it out, and I made up. For every year I missed, I gave him another, what would have been essentially 3 years worth of Secret Santa gifts.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Although because I was like, I don't know, man. I just hate the post office. I feel bad.
It's reasonable.
And then today he said,
I hate the post office more than I like you.
well, he sent me a picture. He's like, I understand the post office hate because they smashed that package to fucking bits to get it to him. Like it looked like garbage. He opened it up, so nothing was broken.
Well, that's good.
But he took pictures.
Mad.
He was ready to go to them and file a complaint.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get insurance involved, but everything made it to him, so he was all good.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, fuck. We're inside a computer.
Also, as of today,
Somebody's at their office, thinking their Discord has gone off or their phone is ringing.
I can't tell you how much I hate that shit. I've listened to a podcast and it's
I
like
know.
I hear an email come through, and I'm like looking at wait, and I'll rewind it and be like, was it in there? Okay, yeah, it was in there.
well, all the music I would get on WinMX or whatever I used back in the day, and I swear every song had a in the background at some point.
Did I leave ICQ open?
Yeah.
Am I at a gas station from the late 2010s?
As of today, Melissa had her last final for her third semester. of
Nice.
nursing school.
Congratulations.
So she got out of that. It was by far the hardest semester so far. Her med surge class was brutal. Today was her OB final. She's like, yeah, I think I've been pregnant enough. I'm fine in OB. It's med surge that is just... Med surge was brutal, but she made it through.
Especially since surge is discontinued.
Yeah.
Medical surge is even harder to find.
they lost a lot of students who have to, if you fail a class, you have to basically reapply and get back into the program. A lot of people can't just take it again the next semester. So
Yikes.
they're having to wait years.
Jesus.
It's hard enough to get into this program. If you fail a class, you have to wait, or you don't get back in at all, or you have to go to another city. There are people in Madisonville who drive to Paducah because they couldn't get back into the Madisonville nursing program.
Wow.
So, but she made it. She's good.
Good.
She's happy. Proud of her.
Yes. That's awesome. I
yeah.
hope if she comes around, I'll be sure to congratulate her because that's not.
She's asleep right now.
Yeah,
she's
I bet.
Finally, after 2 weeks, because she had two finals, last two of her last regular tests last week, and then her two finals this week. So she anxiety and adrenaline finally, and she crashed.
Yeah.
Because it's been get up and go to school at six in the morning and just stress study in the parking lot before she goes in. It's been brutal.
God, I hate taking tests. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I feel that pain.
And this final, the final is the teachers make all the other tests, but your final is the National Nursing System test or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different ball game. But all good. Now the fourth semester is easier content, but she'll have to quit her hospital job because she'll be working for free at the hospital full time as part of the program.
Great.
So I finished the second end. That series I was talking about, called the
book series?
Yep. The first one was about the color magic system.
Yeah.
I finished the second book. So good. So good. I mean, I haven't read a series like this. I've been this like super happy with in a minute. Like it's very, very good. Second book, The Blinding Knife, Brent Weeks. I started streaming Mario.
Yeah.
All Stars.
Saw
plus
that
Mario
pop
Worlds.
up in the Discord.
Yep. So I mean, that's the most views I've gotten ever on a first.
Nice.
So because I started like, all right, part one. Let's start with Mario. Wow, this feels like shit. I'm gonna play World, and then I played through World.
Oh
That
yeah,
was fun.
dude. I don't like All Stars. I don't like the All Star remakes of the NES games.
Because I started playing Mario 2. Mario 2 was fine. But man, Mario 1 fucking sucked on All Stars. Like it was floaty, it was loose. It was like I was playing a shitty any other platformer on the SNES. Fucking awful. So I'll do a regular NES emulator for that because that was awful. But Mario 2, which I've never played, I beat Mario 2 once. I've never played it through straight. So doing that, like, man, fuck some World 3. Fuck some World 3 hard. Like I was honestly having a lot of fun, and I built up a ton of lives, and then like I was at the end of 3-3 and I died, lost them all, and had to start over, and it was like, all right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. Thanks, you guys. The fun for me has come to an end.
Rage quit your stream.
We'll play
I
Mario
love it.
3. I'll go back to Mario 2 later, but we'll do Mario 3 next time I stream.
So what? Were you using the upscaler for that?
No, I'm still waiting for that to come in. But when that comes in, then I'll get a Super Nintendo and
Cool.
Because I've got Zal's capture card. I'll get that upscaler. Then I'll do actual hardware. Because I would love to do Super Punch Out. I would love to start trying
and you
to
gotta do
speed
that on-
run
you gotta
Super
do that
Punch
on
Out.
actual hardware.
Yeah, it's
Or
awful.
original hardware,
It's
I should
awful, not on original hardware. Because like there's just enough delay that it was like fuck this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you don't want to
There's
do
no
it
way.
on
No way.
emulation.
Yep.
Cool. That's great.
Yep. But you guys want to do a draft?
Sure.
Sure, if you want.
I've got let's see. Off the grand list, stop me if I hit gold.
Okay.
Waifus.
Good. Stop. You get gold.
You gonna do waifus?
Dave doesn't care.
It doesn't.
He doesn't
matter.
care. Don't keep reading.
Comic strips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep reading.
No, that's it. I want that one.
You do want that one?
I mean, I'd be fine with any of these so far. Yeah.
Ice creams.
Yes.
I checked. We have not done ice creams yet.
Yes.
Ice creams?
Yes.
You do ice creams?
Yes.
You do ice creams?
Like, is this flavors? Is just whatever?
Fuck it, man.
Let's say flavor of ice cream.
Or whatever.
Or an ice
Let's
cream
open
treat,
up
if
whatever.
you like an
yeah.
ice cream treat.
Dilly bar. Throw a dilly bar in there. It's a treat.
Okay.
Number one. Sure, we could do ice cream.
Ice creams. Because I asked, I thought, like, have we done that before? But
Top 5 ice
Discord
cream
said no.
waifus. Number 1.
all right, so ice cream draft. 1 to 2 Dave, 3 to 4 Ian, 5 to 6 me.
Let's do it.
1 Dave.
All right, man.
Dilly bar.
I like I do like a dilly bar,
Good, they're good.
but I like a dipped cone more than a dilly bar.
The DQ dipped cone or just any.
But I mean, any, but I usually get it at Dairy Queen, and it's not
Sure,
necessarily
yeah.
because it's my favorite. It's just
Just
because
because
it's good and it's close
The
by.
DQ is nearby.
Yeah.
DQ is like a stone's throw from your house.
It is like, but in like a really it's like a really infuriating stone's throw because I have to like cross a shitty
not on-
intersection,
yeah.
and then it's like not like once I get past that shitty intersection,
There's
like
no good way to
they
get
fucking
into
built
the.
Dairy Queen, and they're like, should we put convenient entrances? No, fuck that. We need to have like, wait.
Really narrow.
One of the entrances faces the exit of the drive-through.
Yep.
And it's like that's the one Nikki always goes to. I'm like, please
Don't go
don't
there.
go.
And with
Don't go
4
in that
cars,
way.
Don't go
it's
that
in the
way.
road.
It's fucking crazy.
So, I've run into that problem myself.
It's insane. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those where it's like, man, I just might want to walk there.
They need to block off that entrance to that
They
Dairy
do.
Queen and just make the one be the thing because holy Lord, that is the stupidest
it's
place.
so dumb. And it's like that entrance that meets the exit of the drive-through is also like literally 15 feet
Oh,
from
God.
like the
They-
intersection.
Whoever
Yep.
built that Dairy Queen where it's at now, whoever built that bought this little plot of land and didn't realize that the Dairy Queen itself was going to be bigger than they probably thought. That plot of land that sits on is way too small for that restaurant.
You're on a nice 1,000 square foot Dairy Queen. Just
It's so bad. It's so
They
bad.
need subterranean.
Well, and plus everything's like the parking and the driveway, they're all so narrow.
Dude, there's like 4 parking spots.
And it's like you don't realize this is Paducah, Kentucky. Literally everyone in this city drives a truck that has wheels that are 6 feet tall. I mean,
and if you
pretentious
truck, if
the
you don't
pristine truck that's not used for any trucking,
it's not possible to use it for trucking.
But homie, it does get the poon. I said poon because I didn't want to say pussy and offend Taryn, but that's one of my favorite.
That's what people who drive big trucks call it. Is poon. You're right. You got it.
I love whenever we're
unless you actually are driving the pussy wagon,
right?
From
of course,
Kill Bill.
from Kill Bill. Whenever we're driving and I see one of those trucks and Nikki's in the car with me, I'm like, "Are you so wet right now?" I'm sorry,
She's like,
I drive.
Shut up! Shut up!
Right? Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Sorry, I drive one of these shrimpy Honda Accords.
Yeah. So what if my gas mileage is
Some girls prefer
double
Honda.
that?
Right? Yeah. Man, she was telling me she saw in the Just Berg's drive-through this huge ass fucking truck, like one of these trucks that we're talking about, lifted, big fucking wheels, huge truck, and the license plate said, or I can't remember if it was a license plate or a bumper sticker. It said, "It's average," and I was like, "All right,
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I like that guy.
But anyway, dipped cone.
No,
from
it's
Dairy
his
Queen.
wife's
What
truck, and
flavor of
she's
dip
talking
cone?
about him.
Yeah, right.
It's not his truck; it's his wife's truck.
She got mad and slapped it on there.
yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie about it, but everybody's gotta know.
My clit is the averagest size clit you've ever fucking
It's not
sucked
China's
on.
Clint. It's a Clint.
It's a Clint Eastwood. New Steam
Choc-
name.
Chocolate dip cone.
Chocolate. Yeah, I gotta get chocolate. Gotta get the large. I always find it weird that they ask me what size, and it's like,
Average.
right? Yeah,
Bigger, a little bigger than average. Not big enough to scare you, but you're gonna
right.
feel it.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean,
the
yeah,
ice cream.
large ice cream.
Oh,
yeah, large is fine.
sir, this is a Dairy Queen.
Tyler.
Sorry, I thought it was a size queen. My apologies. Ian, sure go. We go clockwise, my friend.
Do we?
Yeah.
I thought we went counterclockwise up in this piece.
I think we do, but we can do whatever
We'll go
order.
clockwise. That's fine. I'm gonna go with. I don't know.
Man, now I'm like,
stuck.
which
That's
I
why I'm
can't
always
even-
way do we do it?
Since Ian's on this side, it's clockwise.
Yeah, that is true. You're on a different side of the table now, so maybe that's fucking with me.
Okay, whatever. I'll go now.
We're in a computer,
I think
guys.
it was counterclockwise and Ian was over there.
Right.
Maybe. I'm stop focusing on the minutia.
Never.
I'm talking to myself. What would you do for a Klondike bar? That's my number one.
Traditional,
Klondike bar.
original Klondike bar.
Yeah, just a regular old Klondike.
Because they have all kinds of Klondikes.
They do.
now.
they really?
They really have gone kind of nuts with those.
Am I going to hear one of them soon? Because I don't know what they are, what the crazy ones are.
Well, I know.
They have like extra
Well, they
crispy.
have them with
nuts,
like
they have
caramel
Reese's,
in them now,
caramel,
like
yeah.
Blizzard
Oh.
Klondikes.
I got you.
I guess I don't know, but
My number one forever. I will never have it again, ever. Unfortunately, it is dead and buried in the Ben and Jerry's flavor graveyard. Oatmeal cookie chunk.
God, that sounds so good. I've
Best.
never experienced that.
Oh my God, above and beyond the best. But the original purveyor of the oatmeal cookies went out of business. Ben and Jerry's tried to find a suitable replacement. Nothing was as good. So they're like, we're not going to undersell it. Graveyard.
They should have just bought that fucking cookie place
Yeah.
and been like, we do cookies now too.
I would eat Ben and Jerry cookies.
Fuck yeah, you can't.
You know they'll be
absolutely.
fucking delicious anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to be healthy at all. They're going to be great, tasty.
Dave, back around to you.
All right, I'm going to test the limits of what is ice cream, I guess.
Okay. Cold milk.
Pizza.
That is definitely ice cream. Cold milk with sugar in it. The pizza. A taco with a slice of pizza put in it. I'm going with the Snickers ice cream bar.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That totally counts.
Love a Snickers ice cream bar.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. It's better than a Snickers. How do you do that?
Yep.
Because a Snickers that's like an S tier candy bar.
I think the ice cream version of all candy bars.
Fuck,
is
man.
better. Twix, the ice cream Twix.
I haven't had an ice
better.
cream Twix.
Yeah.
I have had ice cream Twix. Delish.
Yeah?
There's something special.
Okay. All right.
But that's not my number 2.
What's your number 2?
A taco with ice cream in it. The Choco Taco.
God, the
Taco.
Choco Taco is so fucking good.
God,
I was
it is.
legitimately sad. When
I've
I
never
heard
had
about
one.
It. Oh, my
And
God.
now I never will, I guess.
Yeah, they're gone. But they're
They're hard to eat.
They are hard to
But they're
eat.
so
but
good.
God, they're so good. They're
If your damn
so
clit
good.
wasn't so big, it'd be a lot easier. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It'd be harder.
Choco Taco is the taco-shaped version of the Nutty Buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But with more fudge in the bottom.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
And it's liquid fudge. It's not that hard fudge that's at the bottom of the
Nutty Buddy
cone.
Yeah.
Oh, God, they're so good. I miss the Choco Taco.
I'm going to go back to the Ben & Jerry's and fish food.
Fish food's a
I
great. It's my
love fish
favorite.
food.
Jim and Jerry's.
Jim and Berries?
Yeah, I love it.
So what is in Bob and Jim's fish food? This is fish, Phish, right?
Yeah, if you
Like the
eat it,
band?
you automatically love the band.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's yeah.
I've
What's in it?
never
It's
heard
a
them,
fact.
but yeah, I do like them.
Trey Anastasio comes to your house, and shakes your hand, then you play whatever instrument you
You
have.
could just made up a name there, and I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, they
He's
do.
there.
Maybe I did.
I'll never know.
What's in it?
Let's see. So marshmallow, chocolate, little chocolate, fish, vanilla ice
Fudge
cream.
fish.
So it's like a Rocky Road almost.
Sort of, but with more. Because marshmallow, is marshmallow in Rocky Road?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but with vanilla ice cream and not chocolate.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, ooh,
It's good.
so good.
Dave.
I think you were the one who introduced me to it, even.
Probably. I tried it because I like the band. And then I was like, oh, this is like the best ice cream I've ever bought from a grocery store. That's convenient.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a Nutty Buddy. Or a Cornetto, if you will. I love them, man.
Oh, they're so good.
And I swear it was on my mental list before you brought it up. I totally promise.
It's all good.
Yeah, man, I love them, and I love that hard fudge at the bottom of the cone. It's genius. It's like, how have we stopped this ice cream from melting? Put a delicious plug in the bottom.
Oh.
Okay.
The plug in the bottom.
It's not the first time I've said that.
Looking for that cum button. Just trying all kinds of different shit.
Still haven't found it.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Sorry.
Too
My-
small of a butt clit. He's got that giant
I've
butt
got the
clit.
big butt clit. Yeah. It's what I'm lacking in the
That's what
front.
I've always said about you.
What I'm lacking in the front,
You
I
can
got
see it when he
inside
bends
there.
over in jeans.
Man, where'd you get that softball?
That's no softball, my friend.
Just for fun, we just poke it. Boop.
Jesus Christ, I've got to wash my jeans again. Every time I sit down.
You need one of the donuts.
Dude, I need a big butt clit donut.
Yeah. Why are you coming in your office?
Ba-
It's a medical condition.
Bad name, butt clit donuts. Miller would have really liked that one.
Yeah.
Actually,
Nicole
would
would've
not have. Yeah. And I would have been like, I don't need to show up for that.
That's actually my uncle's name is butt clit donut. Chandler. Ice cream sandwich. Just a plain, good old-fashioned ice cream sandwich
good. You
wrapped
can't
in
go wrong.
paper.
They have to be wrapped in paper, and I have to leave
has
the
to-
paper on.
Yeah.
I can't be touching that fucking cookie with my fingers.
It sticks. It's like
I hate that.
Oh, God.
man, I hate that.
in paper, people. That's important. In paper.
So I'm going to push the definition of ice cream on this one.
Okay.
Coffee.
Close. Lemon sorbet.
That counts.
That counts.
I think that
That
counts.
totally
I
counts.
think that this should
And that's
encompass
delicious.
frozen
Treats.
treats.
Frozen treats.
Frozen treats.
Not
Right.
delicious eats.
Just frozen treats.
Right,
in
exactly.
general.
Don't care for the hot
Hot
eats.
eats.
Yeah.
I like the hot
Hot
eats.
eats are good.
Yeah, I like
They're
the hot
A
eats.
little pricey, but
They're a little
good.
pricey, and they're
Oh, yeah,
also
that
like
chicken strip basket's $10 now without a drink.
A fucking blizzard. A fucking blizzard is almost a large blizzard is almost $10.
A small one's $4.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
A mini. I'm sorry, a mini is $4.
Yeah, the small is $6.
Ugh.
You might as well buy the large for $3 more. Oh, it's terrible.
not only is it expensive, but it's also like, is this chicken basket also made out of ice cream? Because it's like 4,000 calories.
Oh my lord, I know.
It's wild. But the food is
They're
good.
they're good. It's pretty good.
Flamethrower burger.
Good, delicious
that.
burgers there. Cheese curds. They've got really good cheese curds.
I haven't had
little
their cheese
mozzarella
curds.
balls of fried cheese.
Yeah, okay.
very delicious.
I'd fuck with that.
Yeah.
Is it me?
Yes,
Yes.
it's you.
I'm gonna go bomb pop. I love a bomb pop.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I wish I'd thought of it.
It has to be like
I want
a
one now.
classic bomb pop. I mean, I'll mess around with some of the like spin-off bomb pops where it's like we tried different flavors, but I want the
That Prime
original.
Energy has a bomb pop flavor.
Oh man, I gotta try that. I didn't know.
I don't know
that.
if it's sugar free or not, but
If it's not sugar free, it might be one of those where it's like I'll try it once
Yeah.
kind of deal, but it can't be a regular. Can't be a regular, unfortunately. But yeah, that sounds great.
Ian number 4.
Baskin Robbins
They always find out.
chocolate ice cream in a plain cone. That specific combination is one of my favorite ice cream treats. Baskin Robbins chocolate in a plain cone.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't had Baskin Robbins in a very long time.
My grandfather, who is no longer with us, they lived in Henderson, Kentucky, and they used to take me. Papa was a really cool dude, but he kind of kept to himself a lot. It wasn't anything personal. He just didn't talk to people much. He sat in his chair and watched UK basketball, and then went to bed at 7:30. You know,
I had one of those.
but he was a great guy, and he loved me. I mean, he like one year for Christmas, he worked at an appliance store. Now this was back when there were appliance stores that carried everything, like TVs and shit.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
They also probably serviced them, is my guess.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when he worked at he ended up working for a lawnmower / riding mower store for most of his life. But when there's a particular Christmas, I don't know how this happened. It's probably Santa that chimed in on this, but I had asked for my own TV for my room. And my parents, who have had I was a Gen X latchkey, home by myself most of the time. They let TV raise me and simply refused to let me have a TV in my room because they were like, well, if you get a TV in your room, you're never going to come out of your room. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
what difference does it make? You're never here. I watch in the living room. Might as well just be in my own bed. This wasn't happening. And every year we would go to both sets of grandparents' house for Christmas on Christmas Eve, and whichever one we ended up being at, the second part of that trip, we would spend the night. We went to my grandma's house, my papa and grandma in Henderson first. We go down in the basement. We're all sitting around the tree, opening presents, and Papa bought me a TV. And didn't ask permission.
I was about to say,
I
how
don't
did your
know.
parents react?
I don't know how he found out that I wanted one or that my parents refused to let that happen. But he said that was the coolest thing he ever did for me. And I knew at that moment that he was my dude. Like it was the most unspoken how much he loves me moment. And it was wonderful. And I was happier than I had been at Christmas in a long I was like, oh my
Well, that's
God.
like 2 Christmas presents in one.
Yeah,
you
it's
get a
a
TV
fuck you to
and
my
also
mom and
fuck
dad
you guys.
and a fucking TV, and they didn't make it. They did not make me refuse it, or you know what I mean.
Well, yeah.
I got to keep it,
Yeah.
and so I got a TV.
He did you
year.
a solid.
He hooked me the fuck up. Papa, I miss you. God bless you. But he used to take me to, every time I was in, one of the things we would do together is he would take me to Baskin Robbins. And every time I would get a plain chocolate, a scoop of chocolate on a plain cone. And I did that until the last time I saw him before he died. It was just a nice little tradition. So that is my number 4.
Nice.
Now, the last time I had, I wish I had a nice Baskin Robbins story, but last time I went, I was so fucking mad because we're in Gatlinburg, family vacation, and there are all these amazingly rated, independent little like boutique or
remember you
family
talking
ice
about
cream.
this. Yeah.
Where do we have to go? Oh no, we have to go to Baskin Robbins. The kids were flipping the fuck out. It's like, why? We used to have this in the mall. Well, granted, way before you guys were born, but we had this in the mall. No. So I had to pass all these up and go into Baskin Robbins.
yeah.
Why Baskin Robbins? YouTube.
That's just how kids are, man.
Okay.
That's marketing. That's like evil marketing.
It is.
Where
And
it's
to be fair, 2 things
Yeah.
about Baskin Robbins. First and foremost, back in the day, in the 80s, it was a cool place to go.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It was
sure.
great because all they fucking did was ice cream. There was none of the smoothies and the slushies and the coffees and the other crap
And
that they had to do
like
to keep
31
up.
flavors all the way
31
across.
flavors.
This one didn't have 31 flavors. It was just like half of it was empty. So,
Yeah,
13
see,
flavors.
that was a badly run Baskin Robbins. Also, Baskin Robbins' current new logo is fire.
Oh, really? I haven't seen
It's
it.
just really great design. So
Cool.
anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyler. I
but
didn't
no,
mean
my
to
number
interrupt you.
4 is a Georgia Mud Fudge Blizzard.
Ooh, now this
Georgia.
would
Oh,
be
man.
mud and fudge mixed together.
Pecan pieces,
Oh,
chocolate
nice.
chips. Oh, so good.
I haven't had
So
that.
good. I
lot.
first had it at the seasonal Dairy Queen in Murray. Was where
I
first had
remember
that. It
this
was one of their
seasonal
special
Dairy
ones.
Queen. Oh gosh,
Yep.
that takes me fucking back. Damn, we're
They just
old.
have like hot dogs and ice cream. That's it.
yeah,
That's-
yeah, a
They're only open
brazier.
during the summer.
This was the brazier, right? Or was the brazier the one that had the food when they were calling it that? Dairy Queen had
Right.
It was a Dairy Queen brazier, and I don't know if the brazier was the one that had food and the other one wasn't.
I think it was, and I think the story with that one in Murray was that they for whatever reason, they were apart from the corporate Dairy
it's
Queen.
very
Someone
yeah.
like someone sold it to somebody and at some point and was able to keep the name and keep Blizzard as an option and all that, but
Right.
it wasn't
super
that one didn't
different.
change. And
'Cause you could
all
get
the other
weird
ones
shit there,
changed,
too,
but
that
that
you
one
couldn't get
right
anywhere else.
because the Nerd Blizzard. I love the Nerd Blizzard, and they had that there, and that had been discontinued from Dairy
Right.
Queen for a long time.
But they kept doing it.
they kept doing it
Because
They had
there's
it.
no
Right.
inside.
Right, it's a walk-up.
stand.
Picnic
Yeah.
tables. It's a Dairy
It's
Queen
like-
stand. It's like a Tasty Freeze from
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
It's like when McDonald's
walk up,
first
sit
started.
outside.
You walked up from on the outside and ordered a soup kitchen.
Gave a clown a hand job, got a hamburger.
Exactly. Except it's the queen. You have to play with her butt.
with her
clit.
giant clit.
right.
Yeah.
Giant
like your
butt
speed
clit.
bag.
Dave,
Number 5.
number 5.
It's me.
Yep.
Man, we're already on 5. I have so
It's been
many
a good draft.
to
I'm
choose
glad that
from.
we settled on ice cream.
Yeah, it's good. It was good. This makes it really hard because, Jesus Christ. I can only pick one more, and you got me on this Blizzard thing now. There are a lot of Blizzards that I like.
It's tough to not like a lot of blizzards that they make.
Yeah, really. God. All right. I'm gonna go with the mint Oreo Blizzard. I love that.
one.
I love that
That is
Blizzard.
a really good one.
Uh,
Now, how
Big
do you
fan.
feel that it stacks up against the Thin Mint Blizzard made with Girl Scout Thin Mints? Have you had that?
I like that one too, although I think enough time passed between because I think enough time had passed between having the Thin Mint and the Oreo that I wouldn't be able to make a comparison. I like
Gotcha.
both.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I know the Oreo one, the mint Oreo one, I can get regularly.
Okay.
Although for a while there, I don't think you could. I think I remember like one
a special
around
now.
Christmas, it was like, yeah. But man, yeah, I got some honorable mentions, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. My number 5 is the Dole fruit and juice pop.
Oh, you just gave me my
Wow.
alternate.
Had these first. They didn't used to put them out. Like you couldn't buy them in stores. When I first had it, it was at Disney World in Florida. We were down there for vacation, and they had these things, and it was like I ate myself sick on them because I mean they were. It's just
Ian's just throwing up syrup.
and they make different.
It's just like when he went down on that girl till he threw up.
Right.
Just syrup.
Except it didn't taste. She didn't taste like strawberries.
Go on.
No, it was great. She was great. She just didn't taste like strawberries.
Mango.
I overindulged. That's all. I had too
You
much.
took 8 rounds of pleasure spools.
I ate too much.
You must
It's
now
fine.
narfle
It
the
happens.
Garthok.
It happens. If something's really good, you overeat. You overdo it. What do you want from me? These were I just ate, and they're real juice and chunks of like strawberries. So it's a strawberry with chunks of strawberry, like real. You
Were
could
they
see
in like
the
little
seeds.
triangles or?
No. I know the ones you're talking
Or
about.
you just where you rip off the paper
Dude,
top
I
and
haven't
put
thought
it
Oh
about
on.
my
those
God,
in a
I forgot
fucking
about
minute.
those.
Yeah.
Do those exist
Holy
still?
I don't know.
Like the
but I used to-
packaging was like that, like
Yes.
orange juice.
But it was like
packaging, right?
the juiciest,
Yeah.
fruitiest version of that.
Holy shit!
Wow, that
Yeah.
unlocked a core fucking memory. Core memory unlocked.
Wow!
That wasn't those though. These were just pops with a stick in it. Regular shaped pops, but they're really delicious. But fuck that. I cannot believe I had not thought of those. in
Yeah,
so
no
long.
I
shit.
had
We
until
used
I
to
saw a
get those when I was a
TikTok like
kid.
the other day.
Oh, great. All right, go for it, Tyler. You're up.
My number 5 is I have to get it every time I go to Bob's Drive-In, which is a local place. I have to get it every time we go to Cookout in Murray. And thoroughly grosses out my family. No one will even try it. Everyone's disgusted. But a peanut butter shake.
That sounds good to me.
Love a good
I've had
peanut
one of
butter
those
shake.
before. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
They're not my
peanut butter
go-to, but yeah, they're good.
you can get those at Bob's.
shake. Yep.
I'm gonna have to do
Bob's
that.
has lots of good shakes.
Bob's
yeah.
is a good
I
place.
don't-
Tanya loves the Fiesta burger. That's her
Yeah.
favorite.
They-
if she could eat it,
They
she
close at
would.
like 3 p.m., so that's a problem.
Yeah, I know.
Because you said it as like, oh, that's my honorable mention, which is a Dole Whip. A Dole pineapple whip. Holy shit.
What is that? I
Holy
don't know what
shit,
that
they're so
is.
good. You can get them in town at Loopy Larry's.
Oh, I love Loopy Larry.
But
Where the
Okay.
fuck
Normally-
is Loopy Larry's?
Where Burrito Shack used to be.
Really? What is it? Is it a
It's
restaurant?
like a sandwich shop.
Oh,
Yeah, but they've got soups and stuff too. It's
Yeah.
not just.
I have
It's,
to try that.
it's a
Okay.
little.
like
It's a little
independent
pricey,
Panera.
but it's worth. I feel like it's worth it.
All right.
That's where Melissa goes with her, her nursing friends. Every time they pass a test, they all go to Loopy Larry's.
Nice. Cool.
But yeah, you
Whenever I go there, I'm like, I miss Burrito Shack. This is good, I guess.
every time I'm in Murray, it's like, hey, Anna, let's go to Burrito Shack.
Yeah,
You been to Boss Burrito?
yeah.
Okay.
I like it. It's not Burrito Shack, but it's
good.
It's very good, but in a different, more authentic way.
$1 street tacos on Tuesday. Every
Really,
Tuesday.
I didn't know that. That
$1
fucking changes the goddamn game because they
tacos.
expensive.
$1.
That's good.
We go every week.
Fuck, man.
This one kid that I work with, he usually gets about 8 or 9 at a time.
Sure, that's how much I normally pay for.
A burrito.
Yeah.
Hey, burrito, exactly.
Although I like their tamales. That's usually what I get there.
$1 taco at Boss Burrito every Tuesday.
But you guys have any honorable mentions?
Yes,
I do have
Lots.
some honorable mentions. Go for it, Dave.
We can take turns if you want to. I like an orange creamsicle. Like that's like a top tier ice cream for
It's
me.
a good treat.
And honestly, that was one where it's like I really wanted to get it on that list, but I fucking love mint ice cream. I love mint ice cream.
Okay.
That shit is like refreshing, and it's like a lot of times
good.
A lot of times ice cream will leave it kind of like a weird kind of film when I'm done.
I know the film.
So I like the cleanness of that mint flavor. It kind of helps with that.
Okay.
That's how I feel about lime freezes, the now defunct Steak and Shake lime freeze.
Damn,
I
dog.
haven't had it in like 10 years.
A creamsicle, I do like an orange creamsicle as well. I'm a big fan. I love a slush. I didn't like a limeade slush from like
Dude, fucking cranberry limeade slush at Sonic.
Sonic. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. I didn't include a shake. I like the pineapple shake from Harned's or Bob's or just Berg's. They kind of all do the same pineapple shake. It feels like.
I didn't know they did a shake.
Yeah.
if their shake machine's working.
Right. Yeah.
Fuckers, goddamn chicken tenders and shakes can't get shit.
We dropped all our chicken tenders in the milkshake machine. We're out of both.
Oopsie.
I'd like a pineapple shake and some we're out of shake, sir. All right, just give me 6 chicken. We're out of chicken tenders. You're getting a fucking burger. Or you're leaving, asshole.
Sir, could you tell me what the name of the restaurant is? That's right. Fuck off.
See, everything you say sarcastically about people that work at just hamburgers, it's true. That's how they are at that place.
That's
They're
where
just
Gordon Ramsay
real-
got the idiot sandwich from.
That should be a specialty burger.
The idiot sandwich.
They need to
should
make
be.
one. I'm surprised they haven't. I had push pops. Remember push pops? Push ups.
Flintstones on them.
Melissa
The
still
orange sherbet
Yeah.
type.
those are at the dollar store.
Yeah, those are real good. And
I
But the ones from
so many of those.
They drove around the truck. Schwann's.
Schwann's?
Orange push pops. Yeah.
yeah, I'm agnostic about
Looking at
the.
me, Schwan.
Stop looking at me, Schwans. You've been parked out in front of my house for an hour. And I don't know you. That's my purse.
I don't know
I don't know you. Otter Pops are on my list.
What a pops?
The little
Otter Pops?
Otter Pops, the squeezy ones, the ones that are in the long tube, clear plastic, frozen juice pops. The
Flavor ice. So like
flavor ice,
yeah.
Otter
Ice.
Pops.
Okay.
It's like soda.
Popeyes.
It's like calling things
Yeah.
soda or
Which is
pop
like country
or
accent.
cola.
I say Popeyes. Everybody's like
Popeyes.
the chicken? No, Popeyes. You know, the Pop Ice. Yeah, fine.
I used to cut the top off, squish them up real good.
Yeah.
Before I cut the top off, squish them up, make them a slush. Cut the top off and suck it dry.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We
Otter
used to give those
Pops.
to Henry when he was a little boy.
Otter Pops are good, and they're cheap. You get like a box of Otter Pops. It's like 700 Otter Pops for $10.
This is why we used to give them to Henry when he was a little boy.
This is the way. I thought you were gonna say this is the way.
Yeah, well, that's why I got burned out on push pops because they apparently those are cheap. Because I remember my mom used to get those for me all the time, and it was good until it wasn't.
Right. You can overdo it.
Holy shit!
You can overdo it on push pops for sure.
Guys, we'll take a break. We'll come back and Kawasaki it up.
Play a couple of Kawasaki games.
Sure,
Spoilers.
they're good. They're good games. I don't know what you're talking about. I enjoyed my time with them. Wasn't wishing I was playing Redfall or Vagrant Story.
I heartily endorse this event and or product.
Scooped in the ice cream truck, who tears it up? Ice cold bitches melt down when in my clutch and want their titties sucked. Ice cream, yeah. Your guts, French vanilla butter pecan chocolate deluxe. Even caramel sundaes is getting touched. Scooped in the ice cream truck, who tears it up? Ice cold bitches melt down when in the clutch. They want their titties sucked. Ice cream. One love to my chocolate deluxes. Keep your nails done and your wigs tight. Rolled up. One love to my butter pecan Ricans for calling me Poppy. That's for red. One love to caramel sundae with the cherries on top. Yeah. And big up to my French vanillas. Parlez-vous français. Mi amor, merci, oui, oui, bonbons, and all that.
Ooh, I got that.
Yeah, that one's just for you and all 12 of our listeners. You're welcome.
I'd say it was a baker's dozen.
Okay, it's fair. A dirty dozen.
And I think when we get to episode 714,
I feel pretty good about this one so far. If Kawasaki's going to sink it, but
we're back to like 708 with Kawasaki.
Yeah.
All right. The game talk.
Game talk.
Game talk.
So,
Talking about games.
Game talk.
Game talk. Ooh, wait, don't want to get sued. I want to get sued. I'm not going that. I'm not taking that Ed Sheeran.
The copyright robots are on to
I'm
us.
gonna go that Ed Sheeran route and have to fight with.
So Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge and Kawasaki Superbike Challenge. When you guys saw the box art for these games, what'd you think?
Well, one of them lied and one of them didn't. I felt like
Superbike wasn't super enough.
Well, no.
They both lied.
Not bike enough.
It was when I saw the Superbike has just a big picture of a dude riding a Superbike, which is pretty on the nose.
Sure.
But whatever. I expected it to be a racing game, like a first person sitting on a motorcycle racing game, which it was.
Which I think is rare. I mean,
it is because it's got to be mode 7.
Well, and I can't tell you I played a lot of Super Nintendo games, and I'm struggling to be like, okay, what other first person motorcycle racing game is on this console?
Right.
I don't know. There probably is one, but I cannot name one.
Yeah.
The other one has a picture on the top of a motorcycle in race mode and a jet ski going in the other direction below it and another picture. And I thought it was going to be similar, but it was not. It was a top-down racing game.
Yeah. A la Micro Machines.
Yeah, I thought that was the first thing that came to mind was Micro Machines. Mm-hmm. Really kind of unimaginative box art.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
I've got some
I didn't
thoughts.
love Micro Machines either, but
I got some thoughts on how it's definitely worse, but I also think it's better in some ways. Yeah. Like, I mean, we can get into it now if you want. Like, Micro Machines, the best thing about Micro Machines is that you are a tiny car.
Right.
Or boat. That's the best thing about it. But like what they do in Micro Machines that fucking sucks is they put you in the middle of the goddamn screen. You're in the middle of a square. And then Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge, they kind of put you down near the bottom of the screen so you can you have a better field of vision.
Right.
That's the only thing I think it did better than Micro Machines. Because like I felt like it was easier to race, but the courses were so much worse, and there's no imagination was put into this. And I kind of get it because it's like we're a serious racing game, but you're not.
You're not. Oh man, we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Box art was boring, unimagined, and typical. Whatever. It's this whole both of these games.
It's like a Sports Illustrated cover.
Yes, both of these games, in my opinion, were just excuses for Kawasaki to advertise to us.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should put this in the advert games category.
Man,
I think it should.
Shit,
absolutely fits in the advert games.
These are bullshit
category.
advert games. Man, you're right. I didn't think about that.
I mean, they mention at one point, when you're picking what you want to race is whether or not you want to race a ninja trademark motorcycle or a jet ski trademark watercraft, and it's like,
it's not just that,
and the pictures that they use, and then we're gonna get to that too. But it's just these are advert games, abso-fucking-lutely.
Adver-fucking-lutely. That like I feel like
advertising
in Caribbean Challenge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like in Caribbean Challenge, for sure, it was like, at one point I was like, did the Caribbean Tourism Board pay for half of this game?
It was before Pirates, so I mean,
probably.
Because it's like when you select the courses and shit, it's like all of a sudden it's like where in the Bermuda Triangle is Carmen Sandiego, because it's like the beautiful Virgin Islands, and it's like, and they show you this like low res PNG, and you're like,
back in the 1800s.
BBS.
Yeah, it's like what?
Porn from the BBS.
You're right.
In the early 90s quality picture of the Caribbean, and
there were like 2 screens for each one, because like it's like press select for more, and it's like, okay, well maybe it'll tell me about the track or something. Select.
And then
Pirates buried treasure here in the coral reef. It's like, what? You're showing me another
it was a history lesson.
Is there a race button?
It's like something was going on there, man. They were like, getting money from the tourism department.
I don't even have the warrant yet. I can't be here.
Someone pushed a potted plant out of a window. or like they were like getting money from like, oh, this is educational, and like they were getting like something like their subsidy. Something was going on.
Well, if you guys were to compare your experience with these games to a movie,
Akira.
Yeah. That's what I picked. Akira for sure. For Superbike, I picked a different movie for both games.
Yeah.
I had the same for both.
Because motorcycles.
Wasn't there in one of the Schumacher?
Joey Shoes?
Yeah, he did some Batmans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He did the post Tim Burton ones.
Right.
Batman Forever and Batman
He did Batman in Title.
and Robin.
I haven't seen Batman in Title. Is it any good? It sounds like it's not.
That film's more Batman in spirit, but not so much, a Batman movie.
In one of those movies, wasn't
They're
there?
boiling acid.
Wasn't there a day glow clown motorcycle chase?
Yeah.
I feel like that's either a thing that I dreamt.
Yeah,
or
I
like
think they were chasing Batgirl.
So that
Okay.
is what I'm gonna choose with that.
I just picked Akira because that's
'Cause you
why I
saw it,
watched
and that's why you
Akira.
watched it.
I watched it because we were watching because I wanted to enjoy something about this week's pick, and so that's why I picked this movie because motorcycles. And again, there's not many motorcycles in Akira.
I picked the same movie, the Nick Cage movie. So it's both my movies and both my games.
It's a Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's why what Nick Cage movie is this?
Me too.
All right, hey.
Actually, so I picked Fast and the Furious for the Caribbean one as my movie.
You vacation with your family?
Because it was kind of, I don't know, racing in the tropics. And I don't know. It was kind of loose and I didn't care. So I did that. And then, I picked Ghost Rider for Superbike and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance for the Caribbean one because Spirit of Vengeance wasn't that great.
Okay, but this Ghost Rider
It was
get
the
on a jet
lesser of
ski?
the two. It was that would be good, actually.
I would watch that.
I would watch that. But it was the lesser of the two movies, so we all picked the Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
Yep.
Okay. I felt like I saw that coming.
Yeah.
So. Good.
I was too lazy to search Nicolas Cage motorcycle, so I just went with Ghost Rider.
That's what would have
That's
come
probably the
up
only
first
thing that would have come up, yeah.
Chat GPT, tell me about Nicolas Cage and motorcycles. Write me an essay on Nicolas Cage and his motorcycle experiences.
I'm going to have Chat GPT write all my notes for next week.
Fuck. Damn it. Let's all do it then.
Tell me 3 good things about Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge.
I'm sorry. I am an AI language model. I am not allowed to lie to humans.
It is impossible to
This
we broke it. We broke it.
This would, through direct or indirect means, cause harm to a human.
Right.
But can we say 3 good things about Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge?
Yes.
The pictures were nice.
Disagree.
My things are like, if one of your kids has a friend you don't like and they're upset about it, and you have to say, like, you sort of like, well, okay, I guess the kid's this, so like, it's playable. It's not broken.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick it up and play it.
You can play it.
You can pick it up and play it.
Doesn't take long to get into. It's sort of like Micro Machines.
I like the
and
fact
that's okay.
I liked the fact that you could choose between jet ski or motorcycle. I thought that was kind of neat.
I've got that on my list. It is neat that you can do both jet ski and motorcycle. Although
It's the literal most creative thing about this game.
I do feel like the jet ski was not fun at all. Like I
No,
thought
it was terrible.
the motorcycle racing was okay. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't gripped or anything.
If you want to play a good motorcycle classic, just play Excite Bike
Okay.
and kick this shit to the curb.
Okay. I was gonna I like Road Rash.
Yeah.
I love that series. That's like my go-to. Like, but that and fucking Moto Racer on the PC. Holy shit! I love that game. Holy shit. Dirt Tracks. I guess that's another.
Oh yeah.
That's one I wasn't thinking of earlier. That's like a third person. No, that's not
worse.
first person. So I don't know. Yikes. Yeah, man. I thought the jet ski, it was neat that you could do it, but I guess jumping to my bad, it was not fun at all to drive the jet skis.
Yeah, I didn't think it was fun to drive either one.
My controls are the biggest problem with these.
Same.
Yeah.
I just could not. And plus, let's not forget that there was the little infinitesimally. It was the opposite of the mini map in super play action football. You could hardly see where you were on the map. See how the track was laid out or whatever. Whereas in super play action football, the fucking mini map took up half the screen.
You might as well be racing on a mini map.
You might as well be.
This
yes.
this course, I know we're talking about good things, but
it's tough.
My only good thing was like it's simple.
yeah,
You can just jump in.
Yeah, I'm out of good.
I'm out of good things. Let's do bad things.
And I know we were talking about controls. I actually thought it was neat how the motorcycle controlled, how like when you would turn the motorcycle, the back wheel would push
out.
farther out.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that they were like, we know about motorcycles.
There's a little bit of physics there.
Right.
There's a
It
little
doesn't
bit of-
it super doesn't need to be there. And it feels weird that it's there because this is at its heart, Caribbean Challenge is an arcade racer.
Yes.
You don't need to have that kind of stuff in it. It just makes it feel weird.
Right.
But the tracks, holy shit. There are 6 tracks in this racing game, 3 of which are motorcycle tracks and 3 of which are loose open water that you run around. And it's like, you need more than 6 in a racing game.
Yes.
That's not enough. You need more than that. That is, you did not meet quota.
No.
And considering that of those 6, 2 of those are squares.
Right.
You have 4 tracks, essentially.
Right.
One's a water square, one's a land square.
There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. And it's just
Well, there's no music either on
There's
these
no
Monday
music.
Well, because you
courses.
got to hear those sounds, man. I get it.
You got to
And
hear TV static while you go around.
I kind of get it in SuperBike Challenge because
Yes.
SuperBike Challenge is more of a simulation.
because
I get that
we haven't
decision.
touched on good and bad
Right.
about it yet.
Right.
We're really
I know,
into
we're bouncing
Caribbean
around.
right now, but yeah.
But it makes sense to me in that one because it's more simulation. This is an arcade racer. It's an overhead racer. It doesn't. It felt like they didn't know what to make realistic and what to make arcade style,
Yeah.
or they didn't know how to make the game they wanted, which I think was Superbike Challenge. So Caribbean Challenge came out in '93. So that's
Pretty early.
That's pretty early. And then I believe Superbike Challenge came out in like 95. Caribbean Challenge, yeah, I know. You feel like it maybe should have been a little further along. Maybe. But
parts of it.
yeah. But what I think is I think that also they released Caribbean Challenge only in North America.
Right.
That's weird.
That doesn't surprise me though.
It doesn't surprise me, but it's
A Japanese motorcycle company.
a Japanese motorcycle company.
Right.
Also, it's like, is motorcycle racing like that popular here? Like, wouldn't it make more sense even to release it
Europe?
in the EU?
Yeah, I don't think it is as. I don't think it's popular enough necessarily to warrant that kind of
It's
a
weird.
game.
If it were a dirt bike game, maybe.
That's what when I think
maybe.
of motorcycle racing, I think of
Motor
dirt bike
rally and
racing.
stuff,
I don't
right?
And I
Yeah,
think most
right.
people in this country do. That's why Excite Bike was such a big deal.
Sure,
because
yeah,
you
totally.
got the big jumps and you can do little tricks and things and have fun with it. And that's
I can-
American motorcycle racing to
I
me.
can name a dirt bike racer. I cannot name a motorcycle racer.
Like a speed bike racer.
Yeah.
Like a Grand Prix type of thing. And it's exciting to watch, and I've seen it be on TV and stuff, like at restaurants and stuff. I love watching them ride, but it's rarely in America. It's again, it seems like more of a European thing.
Sure.
So
To me, it seems like the Kawasaki sales in North America needed to be boosted or something.
I think so.
Because I mean, it's like,
Well,
why
the
else?
Ninja was a huge fucking deal.
True.
In this country. You
Yeah.
know, every fucking crotch
That's-
rocket head in the
Right.
fucking tri-state area. had a
Everyone knows
fucking
about the
Ninja.
Ninja, right.
And then everyone else knew about it because it was called the Ninja.
Right.
And they're great bikes. I know a guy who still rides his Ninja that he had in the 90s, you know. So it's not to say anything negative about Kawasaki or any of their products. It's just this game
Or events.
or events that I heartily endorse. I would have just we could have done without this one.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it did. I don't know how much it did for their business, short of probably pissing a few people off, because I know I'd have been mad if I'd have bought this.
Yeah, for sure. I also like what drove me wild on the motorcycle courses is like the hazards on the course. So you've got water and oil and it's like, that's fine. Put hazards on the course. It's fine. But the problem with it is the courses are so fucking small and narrow that the oil and water takes up like literally a third of the course. And not only that, I felt like they were placed in the most optimized path.
Where you're going to come out of a turn.
That's so fucking frustrating because it's like,
you don't want me to play it the right way.
Exactly.
Because if I do,
I get punished for it. So I gotta run this course in the least optimal route, and it's like
which makes it impossible to complete the time trial and all that,
and not fun. I at least maybe randomize, do RNG on the obstacles or something,
yes.
So it's not like every single time you're cutting off the most optimal path.
Because now you know the devs are out to get you.
Right. Yeah.
It was purpose.
Because I had a hard time doing 90-degree turns. But anything else, it was just like you just barely tap the button and you just veer off into whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just barely go over. Like you have to stay fucking stock straight. If you do the slightest little bit of movement any other time besides a 90-degree turn where it wasn't enough, then you're just like you're in it. You're everywhere. Like I was just, I was like Jeffy fucking all over the parking lot or the playground, like just trying to.
I think that they could have done something really neat with this game, and but they didn't. They could have and I know this is like standard, like I know more than devs. Obviously, I don't. But let me tell you what I think would have been more fun. If the R and L buttons on the control, if that controlled you tilting the bike from side to side, and then the D-pad controls whether or not you're moving the handlebars. Because you're right, Tyler. I felt like it was really sensitive. And it's like one of the fun things about riding a bike is tilting. And it's like you that sense of moving the bike, steering the bike with your body.
You rarely use
fun.
the steering on a motorcycle.
Yeah, you're gonna flip the motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially the way you steer the motorcycle in this game.
Right.
No wonder. I mean, no one would ride motorcycles if they drove that way. You have to lean and you ease that bike around the curve and you let sort of inertia and gravity sort of do its thing to get you around there, and it just didn't feel like that.
You don't get that sensation in this game.
Nothing like it, and it was a bad entry into the list.
It could have been anything. You could have been driving anything.
Yeah,
they could have changed the sprite out with a toaster, and you'd been like, "This feels more."
This toaster handles pretty good.
Yeah, for a toaster,
it handles pretty fucking good. For a motorcycle, it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, I'm never gonna buy a Kawasaki
unless they make these toasters.
Right, I'll definitely buy a. Dude, I would. Do they make a toaster? We'll look right now.
Probably. 3 good things about SuperBike Challenge.
Well, let's go with the fact that this followed that shitty entry for the Caribbean.
It's an
Challenge.
improvement.
It is an improvement.
It's an improvement. It's an entirely different kind of game.
It is. This is the first person racing. You're sitting on the bike. You're riding it on a course. It is a legit first-person racing game. It's mode 7. You get customizations. You get a difficulty select. You've got auto or manual transmission if that's what you're into. Those are all good things. I think those are all things. Now, the fact that the choices were somewhat limited even didn't bother me in comparison to how uber limited the first game was. This was it was okay, finally. All right, there's some choice here.
Yep.
I can ride this bike, I can shift gears, I can downshift, there are mechanics here that I am familiar with for a racing game. That's what I look for.
And it's still approachable. Like, I don't know anything about that shit, and I was still able to get down, play it.
Well, you could just put it on automatic and let it handle it for you. Yeah, the controls were pretty good. I liked that it felt like a racing game. I liked that it was first person, that you have warnings that a turn's coming, so you know how to go wide and lean over so you could get into the turn. And I mean, it felt a lot more like I wanted the first one to feel, just because of the nature of the game.
I get that.
And
yeah.
And I thought some of I get kind of wonky with mode 7. It kind of bothers my eyes. But I did think it was neat. Like every time you'd crash, the rider would fucking roll off and hit the tires, boom, 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 you know. And
Which on my bad things was
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
I love it. Oh, me too.
because it's so easy. Just the slightest little. There's no going through a sign. You just barely cross over it, and you're thrown. You're pitched. Like my bad thing. It was too easy to.
It was sensitive.
Wreck and get thrown.
It was sensitive.
What's wild about it, and I think a mistake, but also I thought it was funny as fuck, was like, in a lot of motorcycle racing games, especially, when you wipe out, when you crash, there's a pretty big penalty for it. Probably even bigger so than in like a kart racer or even in like a car, like a race car game.
Right.
But the way this game handled it, I thought was hilarious, because you're just back on. It's like you skip through time.
Right.
And it's like you're back on. You got a damage meter that goes down a little bit. But there are times where you can exploit that to pass somebody, which I did, because it's like, well, I can't pass this guy, and just like run into the side. The game essentially stops. And in an instant, it puts me back on the course. And hey, look, all of a sudden now I'm in front of this guy.
Caught up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the bike. One, I feel like the bike was too big. It kind of narrowed the vision of what was visible of the track in front of you, especially on top. On the sides, okay, on top, so you could see what's next, was just a little bit.
That was one of my bad things, is your position on the bike.
Yeah.
It was like and the thing is too, if you like are sitting on an actual motorcycle and you have to lean forward, you know, like especially on the crotch rockets and the street bikes like that, if you're lean forward, if you need to have a better perspective, I kept finding myself trying to look up over the windshield because it takes up so much of the foreground that it's hard to see what's coming. And it is a nice little control panel and everything else, but it's just the positioning of your point of view. You can't just, I was literally like instinctively trying to look up over the windshield because I just couldn't see the road enough.
Yeah. And I think they made a bad decision. I think the decision they made was, we want it to feel more realistic. We're going to put that over.
We want our product in the foreground.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to put that over visibility, because, I mean, really it is like, it's a limitation, I think, of the hardware even, where it's like, this is going to output some pretty low resolution video. Like you need to make some kind of compromise where it's like, we don't need the most realistic viewpoint, because the most realistic viewpoint makes this game really difficult to play. We need to maybe move the camera a little bit. Like if this had been like, and I'm sure it would have been impossible, but if it would have been like over the shoulder, like third person, wow, now all of a sudden you can see the course,
see the bike and the course and everything.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Because a lot of times, Tyler, like you were saying, the signs, that's how I was playing this game. It was just like, watch for the signs, tell me what way to go.
You're like Mike Guy fighting Itachi. It's like, no, look at their feet. How the fuck do we fight them looking at their feet? Okay, that's what you gotta do.
Well, and that's the thing too. When you're riding a motorcycle, your visibility is a lot wider because you don't have a car around you. You know, you can see everything, and it's disorienting and confusing. So yeah, that was definitely on my list.
Because it reminds me. So the bike, nice and detailed, too big, but nice and detailed. The rest of everything else looks like race driving. Everything else looks super shitty. It reminded me of having Saddam Hussein's real face in South Park in the rest of the cartoon. So you got one realistic thing and everything else cartoon.
I thought you were going to talk about his like body doubles. But yeah, I'm glad you brought up race driving, because it felt like that to me, just with the frame rate
Yeah.
The frame rate was much better. There were some things in this game that really, truly impressed me, and this like not being facetious. Like there are parts in some of the courses where you will go through a tunnel, and they change the sound of the bike
Right.
to make it sound like the engine is reverberating off of the tunnel walls, and it's like, holy shit!
Yeah, that's nice.
They really thought about like sound design on this. They were really trying. And then also like those tunnels and some of like the stands, those are polygonal. Like, and I don't know how they did that. I don't think this is like an FX chip game, but like the purple stands and stuff, they're like on the courses. It's like, holy shit, these aren't sprites.
Right.
This is like
They're objects.
Zero texture. Yeah, polygon. And it's like, wow, it's neat.
They made you could just tell that they made an effort.
Didn't bother me nearly as bad as Caribbean
No,
Challenge.
no, and I think
Not at
it's
all.
because it sort of fit the bill. It's what I expected to begin with.
It was a relief to go from that to this.
Agreed. So
I agree
had
with
the
that.
same thing happen, and it was like, okay, this is more like it. And I had a little more fun with. I had a little fun with this one. It wasn't great, and I'm not going to play it again, but it was more fun because it was more like what I wanted it to be in the other.
I had more fun with Caribbean Challenge, but it's because it has nothing to do with the game quality. It just is more of the kind of racing game I want to play is more arcade style.
Gotcha.
But I can tell, and I agree that SuperBike Challenge, much better crafted game.
Yeah.
But I got bored.
Yeah, they gave a shit.
I got bored.
And
It is boring. It is boring because they'll get no music in this one either. Just the hum of the bike and then just shitty background.
And that- but
And you
that
gotta do a qualifier,
Yeah.
and it's like the qualifier is because it's a qualifier, you're not racing against anybody, and you got to do 2 long laps, and it's just like, oh my god! And then once I got through the qualifier and was actually racing, it was like, oh okay, now I see other racers,
Right.
and this is a little more exciting.
The thing is, I could see the Superbike Challenge game being more approachable and more of an appeal to a wider audience. I think there is an audience for this game. I think
I agree.
I do not think there's an audience for Caribbean Challenge.
Well, you've got Micro Machines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like which
Well, at least Micro Machines touches on a niche and a brand and a thing that kids would like.
and has
you know?
more than 6 courses.
Right, and has a varied courses and different, I mean, I could see that having an appeal just simply from a marketing
Sure.
standpoint versus, what 10-year-old is trying to buy a fucking Kawasaki game.
1 in every class. So I'd say 1 in 30.
1 in 30.
Yeah.
I like those odds. But
Micro Machines, on the other hand, it's like you got
like-
15 at least.
Yeah, at least half the audience is into it. So, yeah. It was just a milk toast entry on the just in both cases. I think this Superbike has more of an appeal to a wider audience because it's at least an actual first person racing game.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I got any other good or bad to say, or are we moving on?
I say because I guess we probably hit where it lost us in both games because the controls were what turned me off on the first one and
Oh man.
on
The
Caribbean.
Caribbean Challenge so much turned me
controls
on.
Right away.
Couldn't do it. And then,
Oh man. I love that guitar riff though. The game opens up. It's like before anything. The opening of Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge. I might recommend this game on this alone for the laugh factor. This game opening is fucking wild. I was laughing in my office when I played it. This is how it opens. A sky blue screen, huge letters, licensed by Nintendo. Huge letters.
they're in.
It's a
they
third
can't
of the
deny
screen.
it. They're fucking in.
It's a third of the screen. no
Perhaps
joke.
larger than the title of the game itself.
Yes.
Nintendo is in all caps, bold, italics, licensed by Nintendo.
We swear.
After that, on that same screen, right below it, is this. And I love this.
know what you're
I love this. I love this so fucking much. It's like you guys are clueless. And I love it. And I'm here for it. It says Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge is a game and is not intended to offer training or education regarding the operation of any of the products depicted. Graphics 2 out of 5, sound 1 out of 5, gameplay 3 out of 5, hubris 5 out of 5. Holy shit. It's like that makes more sense on Superbike Challenge. It still doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense. And Caribbean Challenge is straight up like,
who would equate
what the
anything
fuck?
in this game with real life?
Your Honor, I suffered several fractures, and Kawasaki should pay my hospital bills because I played Kawasaki's Caribbean Challenge. And from that knowledge and education that I gleaned from this child's
I went and
video
rented a
game,
jet ski in the Caribbean. I thought it would be the same.
eaten by a shark immediately. Why did the game not tell me the dangers of jet skiing?
I thought it was a training sim.
God damn it. I loved it. Then you get past that. That all happens on one screen. You get oh man. You get past that screen and then it's black and you hear electric guitar.
Yeah.
You get this riff.
Suddenly we know how fucking cool this game is.
We're gonna let you know.
You know who's playing that riff? Poochie.
Yeah, come to think of it, I think you're right. Yeah, man. And then like the screen fades from black as it's playing the and you see the title screen for Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge, which is a low-res JPEG. And then the rest of the
What's a JPEG?
butt rock song plays. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hubris. That's a good word for that.
It is funny.
That
and it is
fucking
worth
hilarious.
It is worth looking up just for that. You don't have to watch any more of the game.
No.
Just for that is like, holy shit.
Well, let's see. Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge, buy, rent, or birthday.
Don't bother but rent on both cases.
Mine was preferably nothing.
right.
Preferably nothing.
preferably
Yeah,
nothing.
I agree with that. This is not one I would have gotten for my birthday.
Same.
All
I
of my
wouldn't
relatives
either.
knew me well enough.
Thank goodness.
He's not going to like that. They have something.
You always go around saying Kawasaki. Cowabunga is what I go around saying.
Yeah, it's true. Kawasaki it is.
Superbike Challenge, buy, rent, or birthday.
Still not.
Same. Rent.
It's not.
Preferably nothing, but
Neither.
this rental.
None of
wouldn't
the
have been-
above, but it is a good rental.
Kawasaki Superbike Challenge is definitely a game that a friend of mine would have had, and we would have played it because that's the game he had. Where it's
Right.
like, well, we have Madden as well. He's that kid, you know? Where it's
Right.
like, I got Madden, I got Kawasaki Superbike Challenge. And then we'd probably play Kawasaki like after playing Madden
Right.
for 3 games, you know?
Yep. I know that kid.
And I'd be like, can we play Jurassic Park? I brought it from home.
That's too scary.
My mom says it's not real.
Yeah, can't
Yeah.
do it.
My mom says it's the dinosaurs weren't real.
No,
and
the
I'm
world's
not
only
allowed to
2,000
play
years
it.
old.
Tell her
can't
that
play
God
it.
could have made them. I don't know.
Top 100, bottom 100. Where would you put these games?
Caribbean is in the bottom.
It's in the bottom half, bottom third for me. I don't know if it's bottom 100. It might be. If it is, it's in the top of the
I think both
bottom
of these are in the bottom, somewhere in the bottom 100. Superbike Challenge being higher than Caribbean
I
Challenge.
think,
Really?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't think Superbike's in the bottom 100. I think it has a place somewhere in the gray.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Superbike Challenge in the bottom 100. If I were making a list of like games that I'd never want to play again,
Yeah,
I
this
would
is on it.
I would put it in that list. But I mean, like you guys talked about, I mean, you could tell they were trying with Superbike Challenge, and you could tell that there was some care that was put into it that I feel like definitely was not put into.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
I think I legitimately believe it was an answer to the first game. It was people bought it thinking it was one thing and didn't get what they wanted, and they're like, "All right, we'll do better. We'll do a better game."
And Superbike Challenge got a worldwide release too. I don't know if I mentioned that or
Oh
not.
no, okay,
So I mean, that might speak about what they thought of the product.
right?
Talk about what all Flop C and price charting have to say.
Want to do we have any achievements?
Achievements?
Any
We do
Chivos?
yeah,
Yeah.
achievements.
I've got a few.
I don't know the order we do things anymore. I'm trying. I'm trying to do it in order, but I'm probably not. I probably just fucked up the order.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
fine. We can go ahead and do the achievements. My first one is Kawasaki to me.
Oh,
And
Play as Richard
this is-
Nixon.
This is in this is in Caribbean Challenge. I say Caribbean and Caribbean just depending on what my brain decides to do at the moment. By the way, for those of you who are paying attention,
I don't know the real way to say it.
I think it's Caribbean, but whatever. For Caribbean Challenge is to be unable to complete a single race in the allotted time on either a motorcycle or a jet ski. That one I got. I just couldn't do it. I could never get around the track right. I don't know why, and I didn't. Not like I spent hours trying, but gave up pretty quick because I hated it. I hated the controls.
I spent too long on it. Yeah. Didn't enjoy it, but I was like, man, I gotta get good at this game for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then finally, after only about an hour, I was like, nah, it's good. I don't need to get good.
I get it.
This game sucks.
It sucks. My second achievement is Tetsuo.
Got it all.
Got it all. And if you to get Tetsuo, you scream Tetsuo every time you wreck in SuperBike Challenge.
Oh boy. Okay, I like that a lot.
I did that a lot.
Oh,
I actually did
girl,
do
same.
that. Like,
Oh, you yelled
I
it?
yelled Tetsuo every time because it just made me think of him wrecking his bike at the beginning of the movie.
I used to have a really nice Tetsuo figurine.
Oh yeah,
And I forgot all about it until there's a YouTube podcast essentially called Trash Taste. I don't know if you've heard of it.
yeah, I've heard of it.
I was watching an episode of Trash Taste, and in the background, they've got their studio decorated.
Yeah.
And there's a shelf, and on that shelf are some anime figurines.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen
And
those.
I was watching it the other night, and I was like, holy shit. I had forgotten about this completely, but it's what they've got on the top of their shelf. And I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, I have to find this. No, I'll never find this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I used to have it at Apex. That's how long ago I had it.
I probably saw that then.
It's where he's got the huge
Yeah.
bio-organic mass of an arm. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. My last achievement is Cool Runnings.
Nice.
And to get Cool Runnings, you win every race in the jet ski mode of Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge.
Because it makes you cool.
Because it makes you cool and it takes place in the Caribbean, which is where the guys from Cool Runnings were from, Jamaica.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
Thanks.
I've got two.
What you got?
My first one, so when Power Rangers and they say it's morphin' time and they pull out their power coins and then say the name of the thing they're turning into.
Mm-hmm.
So my first achievement is it's morphin' time, Gary Busey. And you unlock it's morphin' time, Gary Busey. You wreck your bike and get thrown out into the track, and so that's Gary Busey having the wreck.
They
And
look
then-
like Power Rangers.
and they look like
the Green
you
Ranger.
see the
yeah.
Chartreuse Ranger fucking thrown out.
First thing I thought of when I saw that dude fly from the bike, I was like, motherfucker looks like a Power Ranger.
Yep,
does.
yep.
I didn't
Like
even realize
triangles on the
that.
chest and fucking everything. And my second one
This is way better than that Power Rangers racing game, by the way.
Power Ranger Zeo.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's better.
Holy
It's better
shit.
than Zeo. Zeo
That was so bad.
unreal.
So bad. Okay, sorry.
My second one is Master of Chronomancy. You unlock that by beating the time trial qualification on the Caribbean Challenge. Because I could never do it. I'm like,
Oh, so
they
you
stopped me halfway through my second lap. Bike just stops.
Yeah.
You got
Never could do it.
my Kawasaki to me achievement.
Yeah.
Then, just like I
Sock
did.
it to me, baby.
I'm cutting that out.
Well, yeah,
I'm going to extract that. and
that could
keep
be
it.
my ringtone for you. That'd be
Yes,
great.
it will.
Dave?
I have a couple achievements. First achievement, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. In order to unlock 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, get first place in a motorcycle race and get second place in a jet ski race in Caribbean Challenge.
That's clever.
Next achievement, ain't no rule says a goose can't race motorcycles. In order to unlock, ain't no rule says a goose can't race motorcycles. You choose violence and start running the course backwards, running into as many other drivers as possible, which is a fun thing that I like to do in racing games when I'm losing and there's no chance of winning.
Yep.
Next achievement is Sister Christian Hay Bale. In order to unlock Sister Christian Hay Bale, you motor into one of the many hay bales that line the outer edge of the motorcycle courses in both games. Alternate name to that achievement is I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, because in Caribbean Challenge, those motherfuckers straight up look like pats of butter. So much so that I was like, are those butter? Is that butter?
Is this Micro Machines?
And then I was like, I had to like work backwards from that and be like, hey, yellow bricks, hay bales. That's it. That's all I got.
Nice.
I had one name for one, which was World of Watercraft, but I didn't get anywhere with it.
We just run out of time exploring the world of watercraft, just driving around this massive track.
Yeah, just get
Until
stuck in one of the
time runs
vortexes. So Flopsy, you mentioned Flopsy. earlier.
Flopsy.
Would you guys like to guess what Flopsy has to say about the game?
And the price.
And and the price and the rarity. Fuck it. Let's just do all of the things.
Well, I think Caribbean Challenge, someone's going to have to write these down because I'm not going to remember what we said.
It's okay. I'm not even going to try.
Caribbean Challenge, $13.
Okay. That's the listener's job. Do you want to do them separate?
We can.
Caribbean Challenge. That might be easier if we just do Caribbean Challenge
Caribbean
first.
and then circle back to Super
Yeah.
All right. So for me, Caribbean Challenge is a $13 game.
$13 game.
2 stars.
2 stars. Yeah.
Uncommon.
Yeah. Okay. The rarity is what's throwing me. I don't know about that because that's tough.
I think cost of Caribbean Challenge, $27. I think it's uncommon and 1.5 stars.
I didn't see the ratings for this. I agree with Ian. I think they're probably going to give it 2 stars just because I feel like Flopsy's very lenient.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it deserves 1.5 stars. I hope it gets 1.5 stars.
That would be the true test of its mettle, right?
Yes.
If it really gets what it deserves,
right,
then we'll know that at least on this one they were being honest.
But I think they'll give it 2 stars. I know how much it is, so I can't guess. I will tell you that I own the game, if that gives you a hint.
Okay.
And I don't know about rarity, man, because it's like on one hand, I feel like if it were, because I know the price, I can kind of work from that. If this were really rare, it'd be expensive.
IREM Skims game throws that whole
That is
trajectory
true.
off,
That's a really good point. I forgot about that. But I can't imagine that they published many of these, and it only released in North America. So I'll say uncommon.
Okay.
Or very. I'll go uncommon.
Okay.
What would you like to know first, price. Or Flopsy? Okay. The price of Super Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge for the Super Nintendo, loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording, is $8.18.
I was closer.
Very
but still
close.
over. Still over. Okay.
That was way over.
And according to Flopsy, a.k.a. the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998, by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mole Mike and a shadowy benefactor, they gave Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge 2 stars. Availability, uncommon.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Still-
SuperBike Challenge,
SuperBike Challenge.
which I didn't look at.
I think SuperBike
purpose.
Challenge will cost $25.
$25.
I believe it will be 3 stars in Flopsy.
Okay.
And also uncommon.
Okay. Tyler, what do you think?
I have $20,
Okay.
2.5
Can I have it?
stars. Yeah, of
Thank you.
course. And then for some reason I put common. So
Okay.
I saw this just being a better game, that maybe it was more widely produced.
It definitely was. I mean, because it had a worldwide release, so you might be onto something there.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I'm changing my answer to common.
I don't know. I mean, common makes sense to me, but uncommon also makes sense because I've never
Never seen it.
See, I mean, other than when I got it, I didn't know it existed.
I would see it. I could have seen it on the shelf though and walked past it because I don't give a shit.
Right. Well, that is true.
See a big motorcycle, meh, move on.
Yeah. What's that? There's a bias for that. I can't remember what bias.
I don't know, but I would just be like, I wouldn't have paid
Hate
attention.
motorcycle bias. I've got it.
Yeah, that's it. Psych 101. So yeah, I think they probably gave this. Fuck, man. I guess 2.5 stars, and I'm gonna say uncommon.
Okay.
Price first.
Price first.
I have an advantage I can work on because I know the price. Actual retail value of Kawasaki SuperBike Challenge for the Super Nintendo loose on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording is $11.98.
I was way off too. Way over.
Flopsy, according to the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mole Mike and a Shadowy Benefactor, they gave Spider-Man
Arcade's Revenge.
2.5 stars. Well, there's Spider-Man, Venom, Maximum Carnage, Spider-Man, and X-Men, Arcade's Revenge.
I'm ready for that one.
Spin Dizzy Worlds, the famous Spider-Man game. Kawasaki Superbike Challenge, they gave 2.5 stars. Availability, very uncommon.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you
So I
have
was
this one?
Way
How
off.
about that?
Do you have this one?
I'm almost positive I have both of the Kawasaki games. I'm not sure. I could look it up real quick on this app here, but
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard, sums up how you feel about it. What kind of beard would you give it?
The beards and glasses extend to both games.
Okay.
So I feel they're on similar fields.
Sure.
It's 9/11. It's 9/11 right now.
It is. It
I
is.
just saw it on the clock. I have to announce it when I see it. Sorry.
How did that not come up in our AeroBiz?
Fuck, I don't know. It's so normal now
The
for me
number
to
of
see
times
this
we said
fucking clock
9/11
at
in that
9/11.
episode, that's what I thought you were talking about 1 week later on this episode. I was like, is he still on 9/11? And then I
No,
realized you're
the
talking about the time.
time is 9/11.
The time is now.
The time is, well, it's now 9:12. Anyway, go ahead.
I give it the gross oil slick beard of that old oil man in the oil rig in Waterworld.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The jet skis.
Yeah.
It all ties
Right.
together, man. I love it.
Those were Kawasaki jet skis, I bet. Now that would have been a fun game. Oh, wait.
Yep.
I didn't mention this, but man, I used to fucking love going to the lake and ride jet skis.
I've never been on one.
Holy
jet
The
skis
one
are a lot of
vehicle
fun.
I have never driven is a jet ski.
Dude, it's Nick who we worked with. We were friends and good friends in high school, and they had 2 jet skis. And every now and then he'd ask if I want to go to the lake, and holy shit, that was so much fun.
I bet.
Because
I
it's
don't know, I
like
would do that. Yeah.
you can wreck and it's fine.
Yeah, you just roll into the water.
It's great. You can
The key comes out, or it pulls.
Yeah.
It pulls the emergency
That's why
Right.
Kenny
stop.
Powers
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
one. Just right in the lake.
I fucking love it. I couldn't get through this episode without talking about my love of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, jet skis are fun.
I can't believe I forgot it. Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, sums up how you feel about it. What kind of glasses would you give it?
It's a cracked and bloody motorcycle
Street.
helmet that you have ridden a jet ski and jumped up off a wave and hit a bird. And it's on your visor.
Perfect. I love it. I love it when animals get hit in these.
Nothing like Randy Johnson, though.
That is
hit
true.
that bird.
That is true.
Poor bird.
I have Caribbean Challenge. I don't have Superbike Challenge.
Okay.
You guys will
Well, it's
take
very
a,
uncommon, so you're gonna have trouble finding it.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can fix that.
$11.
It's yeah.
I think it'd be a good addition for $11
Yeah.
to have very uncommon in your collection.
Yeah. I'll look on break.
So that makes it a buy.
Shit. Shit. I guess for $12, yes.
Okay.
For a $12 piece of gray plastic
Gray plastic.
that my son definitely won't care about when I'm dead. Yes. It is worth it's a buy.
Gotcha.
you take a break before Community Corner.
Yeah, we're gonna have a community corner this
Community
week.
Corner.
And guess what we're gonna do, everyone? Oh, guess. Go on, guess.
Try some chips I bought.
We're gonna do
Chips
that.
Ahoy.
We're gonna do that, and we're also Gonna take some calls.
What?
That's right.
Oh, fuck.
Here you go, Taryn.
Or maybe just a call, depending on who it is.
We'll see who it is.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
The act of taking calls may be us taking a call.
Right.
However, we
it'll
have
count.
fulfilled an
Yeah.
obligation at this point once we do this.
And to counteract playing calls for Taryn, I just want to say pussy, 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 pussy.
Yep.
pussy, pussy.
Yeah. Here's your pound of pussy flesh.
Pussy flesh.
New band name. All right, recording is underway.
Great. So I'm the owner of Kawasaki SuperBike Challenge now. So
Well,
I
congratulations.
expect you to treat me differently.
Treat me with the respect
that I fucking
that
deserve.
comes with.
Also,
It demands
speaking,
it.
I made the joke
even.
about the like Henry and like the not cherishing the gray pieces of plastic that I collect, but that guy,
Some are red.
some are red, some are black.
Yeah.
There's a gold one, I know.
There's
sure.
a gold one. There's I love that boy. He still to this day, from time to time, will ask if I want to play Sterling Steel end to end.
That's pretty nice.
I love that fucking video game.
That's pretty good.
Oh, speaking of video games, even though it is time for Community Corner, we have some segment 2 business to attend to.
Segment 2 business, we do.
We
forgot something
to
important.
pick a game to play for next week's show.
Let me grab this battered up peripheral real quick. Used it in this sacred ceremony of no hole in random directionness. And say the prayer we all love to say. Whammies, whammies, whammies. Stop.
79.
Have we done it?
Bubsy.
We have not done it. It is in the bees.
It's not Bubsy.
Baseball something.
Bases loaded 2000.
You're warm,
Oh,
but it's
fuck.
not baseball something.
Badminton.
Basketball.
You guys are on the right track.
Basketball.
Oh boy, that'd be a fun ROM
Wish it
hack. I'd
was
play a shit out of
actually a
that.
game, yeah.
Steve Perry. It is. I have to look at it again to make sure. Brunswick World Tournament of Champions.
Bowling.
This is a bowling game, Ian. Yes.
Okay.
I know you like bowling.
I do
so
like. I
I'm
love bowling.
curious to see how this plays
It's one
out.
of my favorite things. I don't know why we never went bowling when we were at prom.
I don't know either.
We should do that next time.
I'm down for that. Nikki would definitely be down. She
Hell
loves
yeah.
bowling.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
And again,
Heck yeah.
I
I'm
own
terrible.
I own this game as
We'll
well.
fix you up.
So
We'll fix you up. You come, I'll teach you how to bowl.
I have a natural disadvantage.
That's a
you have hands?
I have hands.
it's an advantage. You just have
It's
to
not a
know how to use
left-hander's
it.
game.
You just have to know how to use that hand, baby.
I own this game as well. So again, please be impressed. And that'll help you on next week when you're guessing the price.
Okay, so now
I also want to tell you that Matt Pat did a big video over what are the healthiest energy drinks, and the brand you are drinking right now was the most healthy.
Ghost.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm drinking a Ghost Warhead flavored sour green apple Warhead flavored energy drink. These are okay to have every now and then. This I might have talked about this on the show
little
before.
bit.
This is the one that when I tried it the first time, it was like, holy shit, this tastes amazing. It tastes just like a sour green apple Warhead, and it does. And then we bought a bunch of them. And then the second one I had was, this is not a thing that I should have frequently because it's just too much. And it's like,
Yeah.
I have to I'll go home and brush my teeth because otherwise I'll have this like sour apple like lingering flavor in my mouth until I brush my teeth. So anyway,
All right.
that's good to know. It's healthy. It's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Healthy on that spectrum. Well, what are we gonna do first? We want to roll the wheel over here to determine the winner of the T-shirt. We'll do that at the very end.
White. Let's do it at the end
Very end.
when we do our closing spiel.
It's a listener test. So if you make it to the end and you no wait, let me start over. Roll that back.
It's gotta be your bowl.
Roll that back. All right, perfect. If you read their name and they don't hear it, they have 1 week. How about that? And then
Okay.
if they don't claim it in a week, we get it.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
old
think
shirt grip.
I
The
love
old Boss
33.
Battles GG. The $100 Amazon gift card shirt
I
grip.
can tell you the wheel.
33.3333333 of an Amazon gift card.
The wheel is loaded up with names.
Okay.
This is the same wheel I used to draw the winners for the big toy box promotion I did last year, which I may get back to soon.
Okay, cool. That was fun.
I am going to. The wheel is slowly spinning. Is loaded up with names and
Big
it's
wheel keeps on
ready.
turning.
I can tell you that most of the people's names on this wheel are on the Discord.
Okay. So no one tell them.
I'm not. I don't think we should announce it on the Discord. I think we should make the announcement at the end of this show and wait to see if the winner contacts us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they don't, now it's 5 days. Within 5 days, we get that. We get that $100.
Sounds good.
4 days. Final offer.
3 hours.
Take it or leave it.
3 hours from when
I need
we
money,
do the
okay?
drawing.
I just bought some games.
I just bought SuperBike Challenge, man. You don't understand.
It's a very uncommon game.
Yeah. If you can't look at that situation and be like, this man has a problem, fuck you.
We should probably start with Tyler. You said you brought some eats, and then at
do.
some point in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to need you, Dave, to sign in
Okay. I'll sign
to
in.
Google Voice
Yeah.
so we can do our
Calls.
calls.
I was at the dollar store and they had a new variety of chips. I was like, oh, let's try those on the show. So number 1, BLT Lays.
Wow.
BLT
Okay.
sandwich lays. Now, do these qualify as hot eats or are they cool treats?
Treats.
Lukewarm.
Shroot beats.
Sure.
Look at the size of that fucking chip, man.
big
That's
old
the
chip.
biggest goddamn lay I've ever fucking seen. Holy shit.
You're just saying that.
No, I mean it. That clit is huge.
It's bigger than the one in my butt.
Hey, now. Let's not go crazy.
It's pretty close.
The one in my butt's just long. It's not so much girth as it is length.
There you
It
go.
starts in the middle of your back.
Yeah.
BLT sandwich lays.
Okay. My crown. Does it have a flavor?
Does it have a flavor? I don't.
I didn't taste much of anything.
Is this one of those chips where you have to like eat 4 at a time?
I mean, they're all right, but there's just not a lot of flavor to
I mean,
them.
I get a hint of baconiness.
I get the bacon, yeah. I mean,
That's pretty weak.
it makes sense that I don't taste the lettuce, I guess.
It's almost got kind of like a ranchy flavor, a very light ranch flavor. They're good. They're all right. I mean, I'd eat.
I would eat them.
Next, hot mustard Doritos.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
We were just talking about hot mustard on the show last week.
Holy shit.
That's why when I saw that one, I was like, okay, I'm going to grab all these
Oh
and try
my
them on the show.
God. Please be good. Please be
I love the
good.
design of the bag too. So
Yeah.
bright.
Smells good.
Oh, it does smell good.
Ah, it smells really good.
Oh, I
Okay,
can't
come
wait.
on.
Let's
Come
do
on.
This.
Hot mustard Dorito.
Oh my God.
I like this.
Oh
a
my
lot.
God, that is delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another
Very
one.
good.
That is. Oh my God, that is good. Holy shit. I want a bag of these for the house.
I'm gonna text Nikki now.
Holy Lord.
Actually, I'm going to follow up with this one.
They got a little-
The compliment, the tangy ketchup Dorito.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But I don't know how this one's going to be, so I don't want to end on it.
That hot mustard's got a little burn to it. Mm-hmm. Just the right amount of burn. Damn, these are red. Oof, I can smell that ketchup flavor.
Oh, yeah.
These are tanky.
They smell like
Tanky
ketchup.
They have a lot of damage mitigation.
Please call me.
Tanky ketchup.
Very aggro.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
All right. Ketchup burritos.
That's okay. I mean, it's sweet, but it's ketchup. So,
It's not bad. It definitely tastes
I
like
didn't think I would like it.
can you
It's got
pass me the? Can you pass me the hot
Another
mustard?
hot mustard.
Palate cleanser.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix them together.
Oh, good idea.
No.
I'm just going to have another one by itself.
Work
Try
well
that.
together.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah.
Now, what if you put
Yeah. Oh, with the BLT.
ketchup, mustard, and BLT together?
I like that. Hey, I like that.
I'm going to mix two.
Yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you think.
Here we go.
The sweet and the heat.
Yeah,
That actually might have been intentional.
maybe.
It works. It's really good.
The last one, the Cuban sandwich wavy lay.
Cuban bee.
Cuban B. God, I am. You and me are the only people I know that ever say Cuban B.
Oh, really?
And know what it means.
Abracadabra.
This one I have a little more.
Yes.
More
Cuban B. Look it up. I'm not fucking explaining it.
Oh, this smells like a fart.
Weird smell.
This smells like fart.
Think pork. Think pork.
Okay, pork.
All right, Cuban sandwich.
Oh. Not a fan.
Pickle.
It's too much
I
pickle.
taste pickle forward.
All I taste. And I like pickle, but combined with the farty McFart smell.
It's like pickle perfume.
Yeah.
It's like very.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sandwich one's not good. The Doritos I like a lot
Condiment
more.
ones were really good.
I'd finish the bag, but I wouldn't get another one.
Yeah.
I'm getting another hot mustard Dorito.
The
Those are
hot
good.
mustard Dorito, though, holy
They're the
God.
winner for tonight on this
I thought
challenge.
that would. I figured that one would go over.
Yes.
I love Cuban sandwiches, but
Me too, but
Not in chip
not
form.
in chip form.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thought that'd be fun. Try a little chip.
Thanks for
thank
bringing
you. That
man.
was a
That's
great
awesome.
idea.
These were at the dollar store.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all got such a good dollar store. We'd never have anything good like this at ours.
Because
And I
mine.
live in proximity of like 7.
See, mine.
and they all suck.
The closest one to me is decent. The really good one is over by Food Giant. That's a really good one.
Did you get these at that one?
No, I got those at my local one. I was surprised. You guys want to take some calls?
Take some calls.
hot mustard. My tongue is on fire. Oh, goodness sakes.
So normally what I've been drinking is I buy these little sugar-free drink packets and mix it with a bottle of water.
Uh huh.
Of course, my favorite is still the Sunkist pineapple. That's great. I like this all pink Starburst.
I've had
drink
those.
mix.
Yeah,
It's pretty
those are
solid.
pretty good.
What's gross is this ginger ale one.
Ooh,
That's what I have now.
It sounds like it would
Do you
be
want
gross.
flat ginger ale? This
Why
is
would
it.
they do
This is
that?
it.
Well, Canada Dry was like, hey, how can we market this? Can we make our product look more like medicine? Because that's what that looks like. It belongs in the pharmacy aisle.
Well, what's funny is my mom, when I used to get sick, my mom would give me ginger ale mixed with orange juice because ginger's good for tummy aches and stuff. So, yeah, I always have equated ginger ale with medicine anyway. Now it does. It looks just like a, BC powders or something. All right, we're going to try to get this computer around to Dave so he can sign in here. Look at this mess. This is so 1997. Nope.
Can we go into?
It's in.
Can I go in incognito?
It's incognito.
I don't trust you, obviously.
Right there.
It says private.
Says private. It's
I'm
Safari.
not used to that.
Yeah.
I haven't used. I mean, I watch porn on Safari on my phone all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's a private.
strike that
it
from the
won't
record.
just,
I totally don't do that.
if it pops up to save the password, just tell it not to. All right.
All right. There we go.
All
We're
right.
logged in.
Here we go.
You can play them in whatever order you want.
Oh, hell. Let's go. Were you deleting them when we were finished with them before?
No, because I'm a weird voicemail hoarder, I guess. Actually, sometimes yes, sometimes no. There's no method.
Well,
I can tell you the last one potentially that we played
okay.
might have been December 6th, 2021 from area code 270. I believe it was somebody who was trying to pay their bill.
December 6th, 2021.
Yep. I think maybe the next one in queue was from a 562 area code.
Hang on.
Okay.
I have December 17th, 2021.
Is that as far back?
That sounds good.
That's around the same time. We have a
It is.
shit ton of calls before it, but I don't know if we played those already.
Okay. Are they not bold or whatever?
Not
I can't-
bold.
Okay. Then yeah, we played them. We must have played December 6th, 7th.
None of these are
last time.
bold.
Okay. Well, then I don't know.
Hang on.
Start
hang on.
with the 17th. That sounds good to me.
I'm sorry. I was on the wrong section. Forgive me.
You're forgiven.
Now we keep now we're going. We're getting into it.
Into the thick of it.
Did I think of-
This is good podcasting right here, folks. This is
Good old episode 713.
taking a while to get. Okay, you said December 6th, 2021.
I believe.
All right, yes. I have a new call
From 562?
from 562.
Let's fucking do it.
Let me turn it on.
Okay.
We have done no testing of this whatsoever, so
You're right. And we talked about doing
On
it. And
brand.
then we didn't. Yeah. True.
And we're just making sure we're actually recording.
Oh, that's good. Are we on internal mic?
No, we're
Good.
on USB.
They-
We'll find out.
USQ?
We're on something. I don't know what.
Cuban B?
Cuban B. Cuban B.
Yes, Cuban B. Oh, God. Here we go.
Right
All
near
right.
the
I'm going to hit
beach.
play on this call
Okay.
from 562
From ages ago.
December 7th, 2021.
Okay.
I don't think it's working.
It's not.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Okay.
I know why.
Okay.
Try this again.
Okay.
I was mute. We were muted.
Okay.
I was muted because we were making noises
Mhm,
out of my email and things.
Mm-hmm.
Try this again. All right, guys, we had a little bit of a technical issue, and I think we have overcome it. So now we are back with calls. We're going to pick back up. This is Terrified Michelle's call. We're going to start it over because none of you heard that. So here we go.
Okay, guys. So here's my story. I've told it 1 million times, but not all at once on TADPOG. Dark Tower series, amazing, best thing ever. Thought I hated Stephen King. Turns out I hate Stanley Kubrick. Sorry for those people who love him. Whatever. Stephen King loves him too. It's fine. He just doesn't like The Shining. Anyway, so Tyler always talks about The Gunslinger and the Dark Tower series. Like a lot. Like not every episode, but like a lot. Enough that I was like, this sounds cool. I'm going to read it. So I started Stephen King with the Dark Tower series. Gunslinger was a little rough. I was a little confused, but it was still good. So good that I continued to read the entire series. And then I was like, well, I'm going to read all of the adjacent ones. I read as many adjacent Dark Tower books as I could find, ones that were like
That's a lot.
mentioned in the Dark Tower series or mentioned Dark Tower characters. And then I bit the bullet and was like, maybe Stephen King is good. I'm going to read The Shining because I hate the movie, and maybe I'll like it. And then it was amazing, and I was like, what the fuck? This guy is a genius, and now I love him, and I have a Dark Tower tattoo. And
Shit, she got a Dark Tower tattoo.
On a pedestal. I know he did cocaine forever, so, I mean, obviously he's not perfect, but...
His best stuff was when he was doing coke. Just saying. And she said she got a Dark Tower tattoo.
I want
I want to know what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where is
I love
it?
Stephen King.
Because
Pull
that's
back,
important too.
Dark
Yeah,
Tower.
that'd be awesome.
I want to see it.
Ass cracked neck, Dark
And
Tower.
if is
that what she
Michelle, if it's in a place where you're comfortable sharing, if you'd like to share it,
That's
let
all
us-
places.
Send us that
She's
way.
fine. She's fine. It doesn't matter where she's fine.
All right. Terrified Michelle continues.
The Dark Tower. Wheel of Time. I love Wheel of Time. Robert G. Jordan has spanking fetish, and he needs to like cool it sometimes.
Spanking fetish? Can we pause this and talk? Why has no one told me about this? Suddenly I'm interested in this book. Sexuality's introduced? I didn't know that. Because
Spanking?
usually fantasy novels are like, we don't talk about sex unless it's George R.R. Martin and then it's rape.
He does have a lot. All the girls are punished by spanking in the books. In the White Tower, where all the Aes Sedai are, they're punished by being spanked. His crutches are
Spanking.
tugging at braids. Characters who have braids when they're frustrated will tug on their braids. They smooth their skirts, and they fold their arms under their breasts and get spanked. Those are the things. Those are the wells he keeps going back to.
That's delightful.
The way George R.R. Martin describes food,
Food, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Jordan describes dresses.
Spanking. Damn it. Fuck. You had me and then you lost me.
Terrified Michelle continues.
Just go be with your wife or whomever you need to. Get spanked, spank someone. I don't care, but sweet Lord.
Michelle, you write what you know, and you write what you love. Well, if you left it out, it wouldn't be the same.
And I don't know his personal life at all.
I don't either. I don't know the first fucking
If
thing about this guy.
Maybe his partner
dead.
is like,
I know that now.
maybe
His wife did all his editing. So,
maybe his wife was like, you fucking make sure you put that spanking in there.
There is not enough. I told you more spanking.
Right.
I want to hear about ripples in flesh.
This might be like a thing. This might have
could
been a
be.
thing for
Could be a
them where
kink.
it's like the spanking is not the main kink. It's like the side kink, but putting it in the book is the main kink. Where one of them is like, "Can you believe they read that? Can you believe they read that?"
All right.
there
yeah,
is all the
exactly.
magic items are called Turangrial. So, and Turangrial are different, as wide a variety as magic items in D&D. There is specifically one that gives orgasms. So, like,
All right, again,
the prudish character picks it up, not knowing what it is, and uses it.
Whoopsie.
And blacks out, and then wakes up to everybody like laughing at her. So,
Well.
so he hits on some sexual elements.
So the moral of the story is Michelle quit kink shaming Robert Jordan. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Lord, Robert Jordan. I don't know why I put a B in the middle of his name. Super excited for the Lifetime series. Haven't watched it yet. I don't know if they're doing it
It's
in
fine.
seasons
It's on Showtime.
or if it's a mini series. So
It's
I'm
fine.
kind of like not done with the books, and so I'm hesitant to watch
Finish the books.
series yet. But it looks like it's going to be amazing, and my hope
No.
is
It's not.
because
I mean,
know
it's fine.
that Wheel of Time is a behemoth, and people are tackling
Behemoth.
it, and it looks like they might do a good job. That gives me hope for the Dark Tower series being put into a TV show, as it should be,
Yep. Agreed.
and not a movie that covers 4 of the books. And then, like, kidding, this isn't that good. Even though I did like the cast.
I agree with that.
that's
I like
my
the
hope.
casting.
And I have to tell you guys, and I love you guys. And thank you, Tyler, again, for Stephen King. Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you for Stephen
Thank
King.
you for
You're-
Stephen King.
You are welcome. And
I gotta
love
tell you,
too. You're all welcome.
I love Stephen King too, so fucking thank you, man. I'm gonna tweet Stephen King.
At Stephen King on Twitter.
Hey, I just want to let you know,
Tyler.
You're nothing without Tyrone 7570. You fucking dick.
did you like?
Coke Adam whore. You'd be nothing without Tyrone 7570.
You guys didn't know that when Tyler was 3, he used to sell Coke to Stephen King.
I'm going to read the transcript of Michelle's last call.
Okay,
I murdered a lot of people in Maine.
These are all biographies.
Does it translate to Dark Tower series to dark-haired Siri? Because that's what I heard.
I don't know. Let's find out. I'm going to run through this real quick. Okay, so I guess my 30, I pulled it 1 million times, but not all at once on campus. Dark heresy. How many?
Dark heresy.
Dude, that's great.
I tap 2 swamps and play Dark Heresy.
I pull it 1,000 times.
1 million.
Cast Dark Heresy.
It's a million.
Oh,
How many?
maybe.
How many things? Best thing ever.
8.
Thought I hated Stephen King. Turns out he said he could feel sorry for those people who love him. Whatever. Stephen King loves him too, as far as he just doesn't like the shrimp anyway. So Tyler always talks about the gunslinger and the dark character like a wage, like how every episode, like a lot enough that I was just like half cool. I'm going to read it. So I
about what I
started.
heard.
So I
Anyway.
started Stephen King with the Dark Tower series, Singer with a Little Rock. I was abused, but it was still
Ian, that's not the right time.
it was
we could talk
still
about
good.
this later.
No, now is the right time. If you need help, call somebody. But it was still good. No, so good that I continued to read the entire series, and then I was like, well, I'm going to read all of the adjacent ones. I read as many adjacent Start Our books as if I could find ones that were like mentioned in the Dark Tower series or mentioned in Dark Tower character, and then I thought I'd like to pull, and it was like maybe Stephen King is good. I can't go through the whole
Nice.
thing.
Which starting Stephen King book did you choose when you were playing through Pokemon? Pet Cemetery for me.
First Stephen King book I ever read was Firestarter.
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger was the first one.
Yep.
I've read all of those. The Dark Tower now, thrice.
Hell yeah.
Thrice.
Hell yeah.
And a
I
half.
haven't read
Thrice and a half. I've got back up to Wizard and Glass and then stopped again.
Favorite book.
Wizard and Glass is the best of the series, in my opinion.
Completely agree.
Okay, ready for another call?
Let's do it.
It's coming from the mysterious area code again, 562.
Okay.
Here we go.
Dark Heresy.
What, you guys hate happiness? First you don't like Disney, now you don't like Christmas?
Can we pause it?
understand.
This is not how you start a call.
You
First
guys
of
don't
all,
like happiness?
not a great way to start a call. It's been almost 2 years. I don't know what. You're coming in hot.
We don't like Disney, and now we don't like Christmas.
We just played 2 Kawasaki games. Give us
Let
a
me
break.
They also call us Grumpy the Dwarf, Oscar the Grouch, and the Grinch. That's our trio podcast. We don't like Christmas. We don't like happiness. That's who we are.
Okay, well, I don't know if the rest of the call is going to add context, but let's finish it. It's a very short
Okay.
call.
Okay.
like you said, I think you're all Dark Souls. I am the only Yeti. Goodbye.
That's a Dark Souls thing to say.
It says, I think
a
it's
Dead Souls thing to say.
It
That you're the
says-
only Yeti. Come on.
It says, I don't think one of you is a Yeti, like you said. I think you're all Dark Souls boss and the only good. Bye. So I vaguely remember that conversation, but I don't.
Oh, the Yetis and Dead Souls thing.
Yeah,
That's just that's
okay.
That's
yes,
an
yes,
old. That's an old thing.
That's the old magic.
Okay. We've got another call here from 562. Guess where all the rest of the calls on the list are coming from?
Electric Boogaloo.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm sorry I always have my fan on. It gets hot, and I know I've apologized to you before.
You gotta suffer for your art,
but
Michelle.
I'm sure that maybe it didn't have my fan on. I try to remember to turn it off so you can hear me when I'm calling, but I don't always remember. I don't have my headphones. What the hell? I don't have my windows down. There's not anything else. It's just my fan on full blast, as cold as possible, because that's how I like it. And I was talking about Beloved Adam. You guys were irritated that he did a thing, and I was explaining what thing that he did, but I don't recall what it was. But I was all like, it's fine. Beloved Adam is wonderful.
Yep.
Yep.
It might not have even been you guys that were irritated. It was more likely TADPOG.
It was everyone
that was
else.
Irritated. I'll try to always remember
everyone.
to turn off my fan.
A loud minority.
Yeah.
It's okay, Michelle.
Yeah.
Except it's December. Does it get hot enough to have in your part of
California, I
in
guess.
California to have to have full blown AC running in your car? Or
Good
you
question.
Is it because of your line of work that you're just so used to being in the cold that maybe you get hot easily?
Yep.
What if that's why
Inquiring
she
minds
got
wanna
into
know.
that line of work? Because she's like, I want to work someplace that's really cold.
Ooh, I know.
I could work, I guess, in the beer department of a gas station, or I could do this. I could work in a morgue.
The beer cave, as they
The
call
beer
it.
cave. That's right.
Or the
For
body,
the record,
or the
I'd,
body cave.
I'd rather work in the morgue for sure.
Here we go. We've got another call from Terrified Michelle.
I remember what it is because I kind of sorted out what I was saying. Okay.
Okay.
So, I've turned off my fan. I
Okay.
do not have my phone hanging from a screen. I have a screen. I have Bluetooth. It's just a fan. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know where the mic is specifically on my car. But what I was saying is, and I remember now, Dave was playing a game and he absolutely hated it. And
Arrow the Acrobat.
Beloved Adam comes on, and while Dave loves it, Beloved Adam comes on, he's all like, say three nice things about the game.
Now that's a
Which
segment.
is something.
That is a segment that we do. We don't often enough attribute that to Beloved Adam. He gave us that idea.
Yep.
So get bent.
A pastor would do, because they was all like kind of irritated by it, because it's just a thing. You hated the game, so he wanted you to say three nice things about a game, like he's fucking Thumper or something. Not literally fucking Thumper, but like he is.
Why do you hate
Thumper.
happiness, Michelle?
She's not Toby.
We only do it because we need content.
I'm pretty sure this was Arrow the Acrobat.
Around December 7th, 2021,
I'm going to look.
which would have preceded that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to look.
Yeah. Are we ready? Here we go. Michelle continues.
Not him fucking Thumper, and I don't have a problem with most pastors, unless he's a pastor of a mega church or owns a plane that he didn't build from the ground up, but more like bought $1 million plane and said because God told him he should have it.
Dead Souls talk right there.
Otherwise, I don't have a Joel Osteen is horrible.
Yes.
Or Osteen.
Agreed.
But in general, I don't have a problem with pastors. Hopefully, you'll
Pastors?
hear this and
Pastors.
you'll understand this and you'll
Oh, I
get what I'm
misunderstood
saying.
all of this.
Counts
I
it out.
don't know what's going on. Bye.
We don't know what's going on either, Michelle.
Truth.
Another short call from, you guessed it.
Guys, I'm a Yeti. A Yeti. We
Nope.
like it.
Nope. You're not. Sorry.
Cold. So I have to have the fan on. It's very hard to
Okay,
not
can
have
we
a-
pause it? Being a Yeti isn't like a temperature thing. I get that like a Yeti's like an
It's
abominable
not.
snowman.
It's
It's a way of living, man.
Yep.
It's not it has nothing to do with the temperature. I like it cold too. First thing when I get into a hotel room is beep beep beep, make this colder than I ever make it in my house.
Yeah. This is how we make our money back. Full
Yeah.
blast.
You know what's colder than an abominable snowman?
Canada?
A dead person. A dead soul.
A dead
Canada,
soul.
think about it.
Think about it.
fan on. I'm sorry. I will try to get better. I'm always in my car. I drive a lot for work. Mostly just to and from work, and it's a long drive, and not actually for work. But still, I'm a Yeti.
You're a commuter.
I get cold. Sorry.
Most apologetic caller ever has called again. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So here's
Whoa.
the thing.
Holy shit.
She turned her fan
There's
on.
bass.
Is this what you sound
There's
like?
bass in this
This
voice.
is lovely.
Okay, here we go.
Cake only because, well, I love cake and would normally say that cake is better than pie. It's hard to mess up a
It is
pie.
better
but
than pie.
So many people mess up cake. It's ridiculous. And people at my work like really bad cake. Like, I don't like a full whip frosting, but that could be forgiven. They pick dry cake, and they like it, and I don't understand why. And every time they're like, do you want some cake? And I say no, and they think I'm being picky, and then some new person comes in and is all like, this cake is awful, and I'm like, trying to tell you. Brownies from my dad or Starbucks, amazing. Cake brownies suck. Cupcakes have the same problem as cakes. Most cookies are good. But the person I would defend the most, if I were younger, I would say Tom Cruise. But him in Scientology, that shit, just no. So I'm going to have to go with Jeff Bridges. Haven't seen all of his movies, but everyone I have seen, I loved, even R.I.P.D., which is stupid as fuck.
RIPD is stupid as fuck, but it's a fun time.
There is a scene in the TV show The Nanny, because Fran Drescher is known for her voice in The Nanny. There's a scene where she's eating at a sushi bar and accidentally gets a huge glob of wasabi. She screams, she falls over. When she stands back up, her nasal voice is gone. This is just like that scene. Michelle sounds so
This is actually a different person that Michelle's like, okay, I need you to call on a podcast and pretend to be me.
Just read what's on the paper.
Right.
I can confirm this is her phone number.
Okay.
And yeah, Michelle, you sound totally fucking different.
Is the phone
Yeah.
attached to a string?
What would Tom Cruise say if he could hear you right now?
Also, I want to ask a question. Let me pose this. What kind of morgue do you work at where they're like, you don't like the cake? You're picky. What the fuck environment is this? I've never worked anywhere where someone's like, what's wrong? You don't want cake? Are you too good for the cake?
It's just on her
Never.
body.
Never.
Eat the fucking
Right.
cake.
Never. And no less.
That would keep it cold.
Right. No less than a morgue. I mean, I don't get. That's a hostile work environment.
First of all, it's too fucking hot in the goddamn cooler for you, so we make it cold in there. Now
Wait a
you
minute.
won't eat this fucking cake.
This guy's turning to bacon
What the
over
fuck
here.
is wrong with you?
There might be
And
a
you
lot of
sound
shitty
totally
sheet cake.
different today than you did yesterday. Who the fuck are even you?
Eat the cake.
Eat the fucking
Eat the
cake.
fucking cake.
And so here at Brooklyn Mortuary Services, located in sunny California.
I realize that's why you drive so much. It's a long trip.
It's like a 12, 15-hour drive just to get halfway here. I get it.
What do you mean? You think you're some kind of Yeti or something? Eat the cake.
Those ants in your pussy again?
Oh, fuck.
There's a band name. They're ants in your pussy again versus the world.
God damn it. My sinuses.
Some wasabi.
Oh, God, I need some fucking wasabi. Okay, rest of the call is meow.
So, Jeff Bridges is my man. I just thought I'd, share. Nobody was asking me, but I told you anyway. Because that's how I roll, guys.
Who are you?
I think that's everything.
What have you done with Michelle?
I'll call you back. Love you, bye.
Bye.
There it was. That okay. Bye. That sounded like her.
She didn't sound distressed at all in that
is,
call.
Is that regular? That's not. Yeah, that's regular Michelle.
All right.
Wow, that was great.
More from Michelle.
God, guys, I have to tell you,
Wow.
the Southern came out in you so hardcore, the white Southern. You guys just kept saying Raul Julia. I was like,
Raul Julia.
Raul. I could understand what you said about Raul Julia.
I say Raul Julia. Who said Raul Julia?
Probably me.
I guess us. the other two people. Because I definitely...
It's Paul with an extra leg.
Raw.
So raw.
Like, way white. His name is Raul Julia.
Julia. Juliet. Remember Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo? That's
Yeah. You got Romeo plus Juliet, you mean, yes?
everyone in this part of the country says Julia because we don't live in an area with a great, huge Latin American population. It's just not in our. It's not in our normal lexicon to pronounce things correctly. I apologize, but I'm going to keep saying Julia because that's how I've always said it. I've only ever heard of Julia Gulia. I've only ever heard it said Julia. Like I rarely hear like on if someone said his name, I never heard it said as Julia. And I understand that that's obviously that's how it would be pronounced, but
I don't know.
I don't either. Here we go.
And actually, his name is Raul Rafael Julia Arcele. I might have his last name wrong, but...
Well, then who are you?
Who are you to judge us for how we say it?
Get those ants out of your pussy and fucking say his name right.
Young lady.
Eat the cake.
Not raw. It's never raw.
It never was raw.
That's just... Wow, guys. Sorry. That was just so hard of you guys. It was so good. Raul, Julia. No, at least say Raul. You can say Julia, but at least say Raul. Okay, bye.
Fuck you, won't do what you tell me.
I'm about to say, you have solidified forever Raul Julia. Till the day I
like
die.
I like it raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Rollin'. All right.
What?
I thought we might get through one episode without doing that, and yet
I didn't do the lip biscuit. Ah, fuck. Shit.
All right. Well, another call from, you guessed it.
Hi, TADPOG.
There she is.
I've turned off my air, so hopefully
My voice.
you can hear me. I've called because I'm reading the Wheel of Time series.
Has she been pumping helium into her car? Is that
I
why
don't know.
she sounded different in the last two calls?
I think she drives to work in a well.
She might.
It's going to happen for a while. I'm on the gathering storm, so I'm almost done. And I have to say, one fan theory, try not to spoil. There is a message that Rand cannot live unless he dies, which I don't think is too big of a spoiler because that's just a very vague thing. Feeling a little like her.
I don't think that's got a spoiler there, Michelle.
That was 2 years ago.
Knowing how it ends, like,
Nah, I'm sure it's fine.
Harry Potter, Voldemort, probably J.K. Rowling got it from that. Don't know. That's my theory without expanding on it more and ruining everything. If you can have spoilers on a book series, it's fairly old. And I might be a horrible person, but I just don't really like Ray. Whiny. I mean, okay, Harry Potter was whiny, and he irritated me, but not always. So, I still liked him. Not my favorite, but Neville's not my favorite either. I know a lot of people were like, should have been Neville. But I'm like, I feel like Neville would have been the same situation. Okay. So, Rand, I mean, maybe he's acting right for all that is on him, all of the weight on his shoulders.
He's going insane. That's why Rand is not the best character in Wheel of Time. Matt is the best character in Wheel of Time, but Rand is bad because he's going insane progressively through the books until close to the end. So yeah, Rand is a character. I don't like Rand either, but he's going insane.
Made good atlases though.
Yeah,
Him and McNally, the very undermentioned character,
The less
in
crazy
Wheel of Time series.
They're like, hey, we could even this out. You like maps?
Oh,
How about spankings?
Want me to describe that dress for you in great detail? We can do that.
Other things that are going on in his head, but still, it's like, can you not have intrigue without people communicating properly? I mean, come on, you just talk to each other and listen. I get you don't trust Aes Sedai because you haven't. That's how you were taught from the beginning. That's not a spoiler alert because Two Rivers people in general don't trust Aes Sedai. But I mean, sometimes I'm all like, just listen to the damn people, would you please? I mean, maybe there's something I'm missing and I haven't gotten that far yet, but sometimes he irritates me. My favorite is Paris. So. Matt is growing on me, but he's definitely not my favorite.
no, you're
And
wrong.
that's all
Matt's
I
the
wanted
best.
to talk about. Sorry, this is not about that. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
We love you too, Michelle. What Matt is the best character?
I think Matt is the best character in the Wheel of Time. It takes him several books to come into his own ability. Once he gets his special ability, Matt's the best character. Matt is the rogue, unreliable narrator. His abilities are all based around luck. Like, Matt's the best character in the Wheel of Time.
Okay. We have another call from 828.
Okay.
Motherfucking TADPOG. It's your single elegant honk brew pounder.
Hi.
Merry
Hey.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Guys, just got that Oculus Quest 2. Dude, VR. Fuck. I'm going crazy. You guys play Until You Fall yet? Fuck, I'm sweating, dripping, swinging swords, killing shit. It's crazy.
Sound like Tracy Jordan.
Yeah.
Discussion. Fuck, marry, killed. PlayStation 5. VR. The Switch. Goddamn, VR is so cool. Fucking going crazy. Love you, bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's it. It's just running some silence. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. PlayStation 5.
Uh-huh.
The Nintendo Switch.
Uh-huh.
Or VR, I guess, is a whole.
If I could do, I could do without, I don't want to give up any of these, but I could do without any of these three.
Okay.
So it I guess makes it harder. Because I don't do a lot of, I don't do a lot of gaming on the PlayStation. I like it.
I don't do it. I mean, I don't do it either. So
I like the controller a lot. But yeah, when I play a game, I'm playing Fortnite with Henry on my Xbox, or I'm playing on the PC. So I've had an issue recently with my Oculus Rift, or not, my Quest 2 rather. And I have a problem now playing the games wirelessly. So when I play, I gotta jack in. So because of that, I've been playing any VR, and it's been okay. Life's been it's been fine. Life hasn't really changed. And then the Switch, I'm probably gonna marry the Switch.
Me too.
yeah, I'm gonna marry the Switch. I'm gonna
Fuck VR.
fuck VR and kill the PS5.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
That's my answer too.
yeah.
That's my answer too, and it's mainly because Henry plays Gorilla Tag a lot in VR, and that runs straight off of the device. So, and he has no problems with that. So yeah, man. But wow, holy shit,
Yeah.
that Gorilla Tag. I was telling him he wanted to play real bad because he watched a lot of YouTube videos of people playing it, and it's like, okay, this game kind of has a reputation for kids saying awful things. So if we hear any of that, We might have to like talk about it immediately. Immediately. He's got the volume, like the volume's turned all the way up. I swear to you, within 5 seconds, heard a racial slur and an F-bomb. And it was like, leave that game, join a different game. He's like, okay, yeah, all right. And then it's like, all right, now take the headset off. All right, you know the adult word. That's fine. The other word, do you know what that means? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, we don't say that. And he's like, yeah. It's like, okay. Find a different room to play in.
Colin does that a lot when he'll be watching a YouTube video, and I don't actively listen, but I'll hear an occasional "God damn it" or "fuck," and I'll immediately be like, I'll turn to him and be like, "New video."
Yeah.
And he looks at me like he's in trouble.
Right.
And I'm like, you're not in trouble. You couldn't have known.
Right.
But if that's the kind of thing that's coming from that content creator, then you need you need to switch off of it now before the algorithms start feeding you all that shit. So.
Yeah. He hears them. And
right.
in
And I mean,
videos
we don't generally, we'll watch movies in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be stuff on that he usually tunes most of that kind of thing out, but he knows the difference between what we hear and what we say.
Right. And I think that's the important
So
thing.
we make sure to reinforce that, but I mean, it's unavoidable.
I think they call them bad words at school because he calls them bad words. And I'm like, well, I don't think they're bad words. They're just words that you might want to not say around
special
people
use words
until you're an adult.
Right.
And it's the same with like
special circumstances.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like when you're having sex, maybe, or
which you should also wait to do until you're an adult,
or when you're trying to get the fucking West Coaster, eat the fucking cake. Come on, then you can say
it's not fucking cold in here. What are you talking about?
Just don't say it in school. Just don't say it in school. I don't use those words around the house in front of you on purpose, so I don't want you to use them around me on purpose. It's a weird Southern respect thing, but that's what it is. It's a respect
to your grandparents.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
There's a time and a place. That place is TADPOG Podcast.
Want to do more?
Yeah.
Would you?
Well, it's pretty late. I think we should probably.
You ready to call it?
Yeah, I think we should call it.
Okay.
Well, we can pick this back up next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll get through this backlog real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and
Are you satisfied,
fast.
Taryn? This is going back on the shelf for another 2 years. Nah, just kidding. This was fun.
Nah, we can, now that we're doing it through the computer, and now that I know how to make it work, it'll be great. All right.
We're going to spin for $100 Amazon
We're going to
giveaway.
spin for our $100 Amazon giveaway. We have, would you like me to read the names that are on the list?
Sure.
Terrified Michelle.
Eat the cake.
Eat the fucking cake.
Just eat the cake, please.
James. I won't say last names of people I don't recognize as longtime listeners, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
We have a James.
Okay.
R. James R.
Okay.
Plinko, Nick Price. Captain Gun Nerd, Jonathan Turley. Doug.
Doug? Dig Dougie?
Dig Dougie. Michael, may I come?
Mm.
Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan M. We know
Okay.
Jonathan. Paul Korn, Rhythm Master. Phil Hawkins. Akemi. Derek Pope Sandwich. Michael Z. Micah Purdue. Matthew A. Chris Vaughn. Josh K. Andrew Dembski.
Bubba Drewski.
Bubba Drewski. All right. Are we ready to spin
Yes.
that wheel? Here we go. It's a spinning. And we are going to land on Sandwich Pope Phil.
Sandwich Pope
Hawkins has won the $100 Amazon gift card
You lucky
giveaway.
duck. Claim
Courtesy.
it within 2 days, or that money is ours.
3 hours from now.
Right now.
Right. And I mean, as we're recording.
As we're recording. Right.
before you've even heard it.
We'll message you in 3 hours and be like, sorry, you missed out.
Phil, congratulations. $100 gift card coming at you from bossbattles.gg.
Yes.
Thanks for buying a t-shirt. Thanks to all the t-shirt people.
Yes.
All those wonderful t-shirt people. We will keep you posted as to when those will be shipped and stuff as we have more information.
Yes.
Hopefully we can do some more promotional kind of stuff in the future and keep that kind of thing going. And I'll tell you what I will do. I came up with an interesting little quiz, not even a quiz, just a one question that I'm going to ask our listeners.
Okay.
Now you two don't answer because I know you're gonna
bottom or top.
You're gonna know the answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is a special question. I would be surprised if anybody gets this, but if you get it right, I'll send you a selection of toys from the big toy box.
Do you have Dane's address already?
Probably. Yes, actually, I do. I do. The question is,
okay,
what is the significance of the numbers 3, 6, and 12? 3, 6, and 12. This is a... Don't answer.
I mean, it's each of our penises length, but
the answer, which
like
of
added
us,
up?
each multiplied. It's a local thing, so it would be a very hard question for people to be able to answer, but I'm curious if anyone could maybe find the answer. 3, 6, and 12, what would be the significance of those three numbers to someone who lives, say, in our area? If you can answer and you get to me on Discord with the answer, I'll send you some stuff from the toy box just for fun.
Okay.
Just came to me while I was outside earlier. I thought I'd ask. It may not come to anything. All right. What else we got?
our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. We'll do that track from the charts at TADPOG.com. Hey, you guys want to close it out?
Well, I should probably do the executive.
Oh, yeah,
producers.
Patreon. You're right. Yeah, you can send us stuff. Call us. We got all that. It's all on the show notes.
Yeah, it's in the show notes.
But most importantly, the only really important thing is that Patreon.
I don't know the significance of 3612.
I don't either.
I'll tell you after.
Is it Raul Julia's address?
Raul Julia?
Raul Julia?
God, is it hot in here? This is me.
I want some goddamn cakes, what I want.
Fucking cake. Snob. If you'd like to donate money to our highly improvised show, which we love to do, we would do it for free, but we don't like doing it for free because we like money.
we do. That is true.
If you'd like to send us a little money,
enough to steal it from Phil.
You can do so. we are going to be producing some Patreon content. We had a little scheduling snafu recently, but we're going to work that out and get that Joe Dirt recorded soon. We've also got a couple other ideas floating around out there for Patreon content. There is bonus content there, so patreon.com/TADPOG. If you'd like to donate for as little as $1, you got access to all that content. And then we do have a group of fine folks that are our executive producers that donate $20 or more per month to the show. And I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to read those names and thank these people individually, starting with Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cousin David Galino, Plinko Nick Price, Cubicle Monkey, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Joseph Phillips, Gamebug Prime, Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn Dahl, congratulations on your marriage. I hope you enjoyed the calls. Pinball Airplane Archmaze, Chris Edler. Sorry you couldn't be on this episode. We were glad to have you last week. Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Drinksmith, Joey Webster, Dig Dougie, Derek Pope Sandwich. Thanks to everyone, all of you guys.
Yes, thank you very much.
So grateful for your donations and
especially Phil's $100 donation.
Especially Phil's $100 Amazon gift card donation.
Pay it forward, Phil. Come on.
After all we've done for you.
After we tried prank calling your work that one time.
And speaking of Dane, thank you once again for publishing our content every single week to the TADPOG YouTube channel. If you'd like to get in on the discussion, hang out with us, talk some stuff, talk about what you like, what you don't like about the show or anything else, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. That's our link to get you into the Discord. It's free, it's fun, and we're always around. So come see us. Spread the word. Tell your friends about the show.
Please.
And see if we can get some more people listening, because we do like to talk. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
How you guys want to close it out?
Is Raul Julia?
I think that makes perfect sense.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
New business is next quarter.
God damn. I was trying to think of it.
Our source for this is the Paducah Insider. So this is straight out of Paducah. A fast food employee has been arrested after an unusual incident at a Taco Bell yesterday. I'm not going to say the kid's name. 19 of Paducah is facing a simple battery charge after it was discovered that he farted into a taco before giving it to a customer. He was seen doing this by another employee who called the police after witnessing him pull down his britches and fart into the food.
I love that
He
britches.
said
I love it. Yeah.
He admitted the incident, saying that the customer was being very rude to him and cursing at him for getting his order wrong. The guy wouldn't stop belittling me for messing up his order, said the McCracken County man. He called me several curse words and then said I had to be the dumbest person he's ever met. His words are really hurtful, so I took his taco and gave it a couple butt burps. I know it was wrong, but people need to realize there's consequences for their actions.
Yes, there are.
Dun, 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 dun. This is a fucking Beavis and Butthead episode. Like, this is a whole thing. Has to be.
Yeah, I get it. First of all, just don't be shitty to people, especially people that make your food. Don't be an asshole.
Yep.
We get it. It's frustrating. You're feeding multiple people. I don't know. I'm trying to give this customer the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, at the end of the fucking day, there's no reason whatsoever for you to fucking be mean to somebody over a fucking taco order. It's not that big of a deal.
I agree with that statement, but also don't fucking fart in a taco.
Had I been allowed to continue my thought, I was going to say,
No.
I was going to say the
You were
same
done.
thing.